I'm your host, Midnight Vesper, and if you're new here, well, here's how this works. For more current/digital games, we'll be using digital storms like Steam, GOG, itch.io, Ubisoft, etc. to look at the list/MSRP price. For retro games, we'll be using a wide assortment of price trading websites looking at the list price of the game. We do not count any sales or discounts as they vary from time of purchase. Also, do not forget that GDQX is over. Great job to all the runners. It was cool to see. I really liked seeing Grudge Match, another hotfix show on there. That was super cool to see. If you missed out on any one of those along those lines, you can always keep an eye on our YouTube in case you missed it. It's going to be coming up great. That's always there. And if you're on our YouTube, hello, YouTube. Nice to see you all. Feel free to check us out over here at twitch.tv/gamesdonequick. We're going to be going through so much stuff, including our hotfix starting roughly every day. It's all of our live content. And of course, also speaking of live content and GDQX with our live events, Awesome Games Done Quick 2024 is going to be live and in person January 14th through 21st in Pittsburgh, PA. Use !AGDQ in Twitch chat for more information, or head on over to gamesdonequick.com to check out our games list now live. So much stuff to look forward to, and we got Express Lane coming up later on today as well. But right now for the bargain bin, we have a massive amount of games lined up. And, you know, spoopy season, Halloween's kind of coming up, so I wanted to go with a Halloween theme, but not necessarily the horror theme. So we're kind of exploring the other sides of Halloween, including costumes, including zombies, little cartoonish stuff. But first, we're going to check out animals of Halloween, most notably crows. So we're going to be showcasing this game called Death's Door with Dino Hat coming up right now, actually. How you doing, Dino Hat? I'm excited to see this run. All right. Thank you all very much for kind of working through some of those technical issues we were having on the back end. We should be good now. Dino Hat, how are you doing today?
Doing very well, thank you. Thank you for having me. Sorry about that. It's all working now, I think. So yeah, I was just saying, basically this is Death's Door. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be running the world record run. I'm not that good, but it's going to be a great run, something that's sort of a variation of a beginner route. So you're going to see loads of tech. It's going to be great fun. Who I've got with me today to help me commentate is a Bacon Buddy.
Hi there. Yeah, I'll be running comms today. I also run the game. I tend to run the advanced route personally myself.
Yes. He's a bad mate.
But yeah, I can vouch for the beginner. It's a good route. It's got a lot going on, and it basically shares almost all the same kind of tech. To be fair, it's just just done a little differently.
You're literally going to see everything that you need to see, and if you're interested at all about like playing this yourself, it's easy to pick up from this sort of foundation we're going to show you. So, yeah, I mean, I'm ready to go. I mean, it's you'll see a lot in the game, so there's not much more I can say about it now. So, I mean, let's assume we're going to go for countdown. So, if I just 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, starting off the game, getting the bus to work, going to do our normal 9 to 5. That starts.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we're basically we're going to go find a target to go beat up. Essentially, what we're doing. So I think to sort of start this off, I'll bring a couple of little things we're going to do quite early on. You're going to see a lot of save quitting. That's basically just to get faster movement generally. So. Instead of running to one spot, we just save quit and you'll respawn at a certain point. It just speeds things up.
There's a lot of rolling as well. Yeah, lots of rolling.
There's a lot of rolling.
Just for the moment.
But yeah, just for the minute. So essentially, we will change that later on. And once that changes, the game gets very interesting.
Becomes very fun.
Yeah. And the one other thing you're going to see is we don't tend to go through doors normally. We either just run back into them or we smack them and we teleport quickly. That's called fast doors. You'll see it here.
I like the smack method.
There you go. So yeah, it just basically skips a little
Walls are
animation.
somewhat suggestible, yeah.
Yeah, walls are suggestions, as you see. So this is the first boss. Now, for most players, this is kind of a, it's a bit of a fight. You realize how simple this fight is when you start speedrunning. As you'll see, he barely moves. It's a fun one. It's literally probably about 15 seconds. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, this is this whole first fight. And there you go.
It's just basically a training dummy.
It is. And yeah, so now we're going to get attacked by, as you'll see, a later boss who sucks. But yeah, anyway, on to the next area. Yeah, we will talk about him later. Trust me, he is
foreshadowing.
He is hell. So basically, what you're going to see a lot of throughout this to start with is rolling and yeah, not much else. But one thing we will be doing is orb routing, and essentially what that is the upgrades for the character. You need to collect these little purple orbs. They give you soul, and then you spend soul on upgrades. And we have to, that's kind of a differing thing between the advanced and the beginner route. We have different soul routing, for upgrades later on and things like that. The advanced route actually gets less upgrades early on. The beginner route gets more upgrades early on. There was actually a bit of tech there you may not have noticed, but essentially when you pick up an item, you get a text box. There actually is a way to skip that, and that's essentially what just happened there. He just basically buffered a few inputs. It just skips the whole text box. Now, you'll see here we got a few enemies. We got a couple of bats flying around. We'll actually need one of these bats in a minute. We're going to save quit, respawn them after grabbing the key there. We'll use that key a little bit later. But yeah, we need a bat. And we
Here comes the fun
perform
part.
Something we call bat skip.
Yeah.
The fun part,
Fun
in
part.
quotations. We use a bat and we call it bat skip. There's also another word for this skip. It's called pain.
Yeah.
Essentially, you have to just rely on this bat doing what we want him to do. So you'll see what happens. So
Yeah, we had
let's
a
see if
cooperative.
one
Oh
of
no!
these-
That's like the worst thing that could
Oh.
happen. It's okay.
Oh,
so,
yeah, there you
no,
go.
no,
So
no, this is like the worst thing that can happen with the bat. Oh man. Okay. Come on now.
maybe
Yes.
try and take
okay.
it to the
there
bottom
we
of the
go.
stairs. But yeah, there we go. So
It was. I thought
that's
it was
all.
going to
Nice.
be
We want him to
cooperative,
just
but
pop us over the
got there in the
fence.
end. Arguably
So,
the hardest boss coming up.
So actually, fun thing here, in the advanced route, we don't fight this boss. We completely skip it. We never come across this boss. Which is a shame because it's actually a really cool looking boss. It's literally a giant castle. It's a really rad boss. So it's a shame we don't get to fight it. There's also another little fun thing when this boss dies. Its body ragdolls, and sometimes you just get to see the party yeet about.
Oh,
so
yeah.
let's
I hope
hope
we get
that
to see that.
happens.
I'll try and like get in the way of them so it kind of flies off. But sometimes,
Yeah.
they're so heavy you can't move them. But then if they land in a situation, they just fly. It's great.
Yeah, they just.
Oh,
go
we didn't get one today. No,
absolutely
yeah, we saw it a
nuts.
little bit. A little bit, but not in the air.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
No,
there.
yeah.
It's such a paradox. It's like the heaviest thing to the lightest thing.
So, we got a couple bits of tech coming up. So essentially, there is actually a very cool little skip about to come up with the bow and arrow. The arrow and the hook shot can actually light on fire if you hold them over lanterns and stuff. And there's actually a small unintentional skip here where you can actually fire a really nice trick shot with the arrow and light something way earlier than you should do, which you're about to see, which is very nice. It allows us to skip to an area we wouldn't be able to get to straight away. And then we're going to see something which I am going to simplify massively here because we as a community suck at naming things. The trick is essentially a mid-air roll, which you should not be able to do. We call them an arc. It's called air roll cancel. You basically roll in the air and it allows us to get cross gaps that we shouldn't have to cross normally. You'll see, hopefully, this happened right here. There it is. Beautiful.
Perfect.
We use that quite a lot. And yeah, also, so we're actually about to go into a boss fight. This is going to be very fast, okay?
I
essentially, yeah, that was a soft lock, actually. So what he's about to try and do is, after he respawns, he's going to arc again over to the other platform. He's then going to use his bow and arrow. And when he uses the bow and arrow, the boss is going to really get upset by that and try to kill him. And that will fail.
Oh!
Then there we go. That's how you beat the boss. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, there you go. So this is actually one of the hidden bosses. And when you beat these guys, they give you upgrades to your spells. Now, if you look at the top left, you're going to see the icon highlighted is invisible. Essentially what's happened is he's got the hookshot ability, but he's got the upgraded version. And that's great and everything. The only issue is if he swaps spells now, he will not be able to swap back to the hookshot, and we need the hookshot. The reason we need the hookshot is it can do really strange things.
Oh, no.
I'll just let this clip speak for itself.
I didn't get the good clip, but I managed to get in there. It's fine.
Ah, very nice. There you go. So yeah, you can use the hookshot to immediately start just breaking things, which is great. And essentially, yeah, this is kind of just like one of like 300 things the hookshot can do.
It just breaks the game. You can do so many things.
Yeah, so yeah, you can use it to clip through things, which he'll actually clip into something else in a bit. So on the way there now, he is going to do a couple different little tricks, essentially, with the hookshot. And there was kind of this crazy discovery of what you could do with the hookshot, and you'll see that in just a bit. He's going to clip through a wall in a minute and skydive for 2 seconds, which will be fun to see.
And then the next part's even more entertaining when you just skip across an entire map. So yeah, anyone that's played this game casually, you're going to see a lot of things that looks a bit different from how you played the game.
Yeah. So the current objective at the moment is actually to find a different weapon, and that weapon is going to allow us to change how the movement works in this game massively. And everything will start to get a lot faster. And also, here's the little skydive moment.
That's good.
So right here, he's about to do a trick we call frame advancing. So essentially, he's going to try and get the menu to appear on the same frame that the screen transitions. What that's going to allow for is that the menu will stay open and allow the character to move around. And to cut a long story short, when that happens, it's going to allow him to do a bit of a weird thing with the tree, with the hookshot. He'll be able to fire the hookshot, disconnect the hookshot, and that hookshot will travel forever. And I'll just let him show you what that'll do. You'll see what I mean.
Here we go. Oh, no! Avoided by accident. Okay, that's not good, but I still made it. That's the good thing.
Oh, nice. That's all good. There you go.
I still made it, but I went in the water.
Wow!
That's the good thing, but unfortunately, I mean, we're going to explain later on, there's states in this game, so me falling in the water was a bad thing, but we still made it, which is the good thing, because if I didn't make that, we'd have to go for the long way around.
Yeah. So yeah, that's essentially what infinite hookshot is.
Yeah,
it is
it's a good trick.
Literally an infinite distance hookshot, which is ridiculous. So yeah, right here.
And now another little trick.
He is basically on the way to daggers now to get movement upgrades, and this is called Pot Skip, the community favorite character over there that everybody loves. We are not going to talk to him because talking is effort, and we don't want to do that.
Nah, we're a crow of little
words.
words.
We're just going to ignore him.
So when it comes to for that section, is it in terms of I guess the map in terms of the game mechanics is just so open that it's all on one plane, and that's why that can happen?
Some things are loaded, yeah.
Yeah, so yes, there's a kind of simplified version everywhere. At a certain distance, less stuff's loaded. But yeah, some core things like hookshotable objects and that are always loaded in. And yeah, it just kind of allows you to do crazy stuff like that.
So that's an example of an arc there, skipping over. So I can skip this whole section, hit this lever, and we're actually going to try and skip the other lever by using this archer over here.
Yeah, so this archer is this is a bit of very old tech. We actually found this a couple of weeks into the game's release. But essentially, you're going to find out that the archers, they lift.
They lift. Yeah, they lift crows.
They lift. They lift.
Just going to get them into position. There we go. And there we go. My favourite example of an exclamation was Scrublord a few years ago, and he's just like, when the armies go up, the crow goes up. I just found that hilarious. We're going to see another example of it now anyway to get the daggers.
So I guess I'll like sort of briefly explain. When we pick up the daggers, there's going to be like a lot of crazy movement happening. And we nickname the movement zoomies, and you're going to find out why they're called zoomies later.
The best part of the run.
They are fun. They are a lot of fun.
And this is where the movement becomes very heavy, and it's very stimulating. This is now where this becomes so fun.
Also,
as
there's
a
lot of assault on the archers there,
and you'll see why
as well. We have to like batter them into position to actually like climb on them.
Yeah, I needed.
Essentially, just impaling them over and over and over until they're where you want them to be.
I've definitely gotten used to just beating them up now. I don't really pay attention. I just like, right, you get in that corner.
All right, so we have daggers now.
I'm not going to switch to the daggers just yet.
Yeah, we'll switch those just briefly because there's just another little trick that Dino needs to do just before that.
Right.
So he's going to just grab this orb here. There we go. Now, now we have daggers. So you might as well explain this one because I'm going to be having to concentrate on the timing now. Yeah. So essentially, there's a lot that's about to happen here. So first things first, describing a thing we call auto slash. Whenever the crow rolls, you're going to see when he doesn't zoom, the crow automatically attacks. That's something we call auto slash. It's a state that basically allows the zoomy timing to be easier to hit because there is a timing to it. When you're in auto slash, you can hit that timing a lot easier. So you always want to be in that state, essentially. He's actually taking intentional damage here as well because he's about to go reverse way into a fight. And the faster you can die inside this fight, the better.
So the zoomies as well, just quickly explain the zoomies. Obviously, you keep the speed of the heavy attack, and when you pause and unpause, you keep that speed, and that's why it's quite difficult to keep that timing. You're doing it all the way through a run now, so...
Yes, yeah, that's a good point, yeah. You essentially keep the momentum of an attack, because you move really fast when you attack something, so you are essentially preserving that momentum every time. And yeah, the more like upgrades you get, the faster it can get. Also, you'll see now we've just kind of appeared in a brand new area. So essentially, we went entirely backwards there through that section. So we're not supposed to go in the chest that way. Where we just spawned in is where we should have entered the chest from. But we did it backwards because we got that hook upgrade from earlier to make things easier. So we essentially shouldn't have a hook upgrade by this point. So we just went entirely backwards, went through here, and we've come to this area specifically to grab this door. So now we have a respawn point, and we need this respawn point.
And now we do the same route again, because we actually want a hookshot this time.
Essentially, we go back through, exactly. But the reason now we come back through is to get... So essentially this fight that we're about to do, that we died in, if we complete the fight, we now actually get hookshot, like the actual spell, not the weird version we currently have. Because the version we currently have, we can't swap from or anything. but once we get the actual real version, then we can swap spells, and we won't risk losing the current one we have.
So we're pretty much
very
safe
helpful
now.
because we need other spells later in the run. So yeah.
Well, we do for my route. I mean, we can explain more on that later, but I mean, there's I'm not going to ruin that explanation just yet. Okay, this fight is never favourable for me, so bear with me while I probably take a few hits.
These current enemies are called grunts. FYI, they're the worst enemy in the game by a landslide. They are just, I mean, sometimes they just teleport. I don't know. They suck. they break the rules. They break the rules established in this game. But yeah.
Oh no.
Something else as well is that this fight that he's currently doing, difficulty-wise, should be the last fight you do, other than a secret one, to get an upgrade. And it's the first fight we do in the game. So it is. It is quite tough to take this fight on.
So in a sense, it's RBO.
RBO.
Reverse boss order.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. That's literally.
Yes. 100%. There's actually
that explains
something
this
else
game
quite
very
funny
well,
about that. We'll talk about that later. It's funny you mentioned that though. We'll bring that up again later.
I'm playing this hugely safe, so there's a faster way to do this. I just don't want to have to redo it. So.
Yeah, restarting this gauntlet's rough because you sometimes get stuck in a bit of a loop with these ones, and it's like greed is the name of the game here. Like
anyone who's played this and fought this enemy, if you have higher frame rate, it becomes a lot easier. That's all I'll say.
Oh yeah. High frame rate means that guy can't turn around. Don't know why. He just doesn't like to.
So you can just literally just attack his butt.
So now we've done that, we now have hook shot, which is very, very nice. Dino is going to attempt to make his way back. So we'll see what happens.
There's a lot of kind of like going through the same area at the moment, just because of the way we're kind of RBOing, I suppose, if you say that. But it's just hard to remember the second time you go back, say, right, I need to go this way. And the third time you go back, I need to go this way. I always mess it up, but I'm not going to do it for you guys today. That was intentional, I promise.
Yeah, so we take a death here. Fully, actually intentional. It allows us just to immediately skip and spawn back at this door that we got earlier. Now...
Oh, this now it's the fun part.
Yeah, so there's a lot happening here. So essentially in the advanced route, where Dino is heading now is where the advanced route goes first thing. This trick that we call Early Ava 1 is hell on earth. I hate it. There's about 15 million ways to do this trick. Depending on what route you're running, depends on the difficulty of how tough this trick is. Dino has daggers, which makes this trick the probably easiest version out of all of them.
And
it uses
Dex
something
ones.
called slope pull. Yeah. It uses something called slope pull, which I won't get into crazy detail about, but if you just watch, you'll see the crow starts to fly up and then you can hop over the rail. It's odd. It's a weird interaction with staircases and sloped surfaces, using mouse, lots of strange things.
This is kind of why I don't run the world record route, because that is so hard to do consistently at the start of the game. So this route's a lot more friendly for a stream, honestly. So
yeah, I mean, typically whenever I run the game, I'm stuck on that first sequence sometimes for like an hour, just trying to get past that first part. It's I hate it.
It's tough.
It's tough. It's very tough, but it's like, once you get the run going, it's like, oh,
yes, it's satisfying.
But, yeah, the beginner route kind of allows the way to do that is a lot more lenient, which is very nice, very, very nice. And also, you notice sometimes that Dino runs off the edge occasionally. Like the very start of that sequence, he ran straight off the edge. There was actually a reason for that. And it's again to do with the state.
That was nothing
What the
I've
hell?
before. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I don't even know how to begin to explain that.
I have not seen that before. There's just a pot. But all right.
The guy escaped from the pot and just
did.
I don't know. Yeah, that was strange.
He shed his pot and just stayed there.
It's really thrown me off my pattern. Honestly, I've never seen that before.
I'm a bit confused as well. I've never seen that. But yeah, so Dino sometimes might throw himself off the edge. There's a reason for that. The crow is actually, he can be in different states, and essentially whenever you void out by going off the edge, you can activate something that we call good rolls. Essentially, good rolls are like normal rolls, but the distance that you roll is no longer random. Like, it's not random to begin with, but it's always the maximum distance you get with a good roll. It's always perfect distance. There's never any slight random variation, essentially. And
we're kind of explaining this like we kind of know what it's on about and how the game's coded, but no, it's
we don't. It's it's just one very smart person in the Discord and the game community that just knows how to work all this out, and we've just followed what they have said.
So basically void there, and then things good happen. So then okay, now you're going to see some funky stuff.
Yeah, now it gets interesting. You made sure your frame rate's good, yeah?
Yep, frame rate's good.
Hell yeah.
There we go. So basically, falling with style, baby.
Yeah, so essentially now what you're seeing is literally a discovery that happened about a month and a half ago.
It's so recent.
It's like called Glide, and it kind of just destroyed like some of the routing of this game completely.
We kind of thought, you know what, we're a crow, we should be able to fly, right? Why can't we just fly?
Yeah, I mean,
it's not intentional, but
that's it's not intentional, but we made it intentional.
just throwing that one out there, just in case anyone gets the wrong idea.
Yeah, so essentially what just happened there is there's a combination of like quite a few things. Cutscenes being one of them. Certain cutscenes put the crow in like a really strange state that you can then take advantage of. It's quite technical, but essentially, yeah, certain cutscenes put you in a state where if you then do the right inputs, you then can fly. I don't know why, don't understand it, but it's just a thing you can.
We're all just going to pretend that we understand. That's the main thing.
Yeah, it's.
I mean,
it's a miracle
birds fly.
It was found, but
it's a crow. Crows fly.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
that's just yeah.
Exactly.
So effectively what that does now is actually kind of opens the game up to definitely the more advanced route in the ways that this area here that we're doing is Lockstone, what we unlocked earlier. This can now be skipped through that glide method. I've not been able to learn it because it's too hard at such short notice, but it's definitely something that's going to save a lot of time on the world record.
Yeah, so essentially this game, every game has like a holy grail to a level, like, you know, to a degree of like, oh, what should we skip? This entire area, we have to light 4 lanterns to lower an elevator in the center room. That takes ages. It's like 4 or 5 minutes. It takes a while, and since the game's come out, we've always tried to hypothesize a way to skip this entire area. We literally did find out how to skip this area 2 days ago. Like, it was that recent.
Wow.
Yeah, literally. Like, the Holy Grail was found like 2 days ago. And, yeah, Dino's not doing it because it's hard. It's very hard. I haven't even been able to pull it off yet.
Yeah, sorry,
it's
guys.
Hard.
Hold my hands up.
But it's been found. That's the important thing.
It's been found, and it's crazy. It is very cool. It is
and
really cool.
You'll see why in a minute, because this elevator that we're unlocking, where we need to get to is so high up that we needed a way to find a way to gain height. And even with glide, we're like, oh yeah, we lose height, and then someone else just goes, oh yeah, but you can just gain height by doing this. Oh, okay, it's that obvious, I suppose.
Yeah.
So
it's like one of those things where it's like, like we all knew how to do it, but no one knew how to put it together. And then shout out to Weejo, he made the magic happen. He put it all together, And yeah, it's cool. It's really cool. It's a great bit of tech to watch. It's absolutely ridiculous to watch it. It makes no sense. Everything looks broken, but it's awesome. It is.
And the one thing I really like about it is, especially from my experience, 2 areas in particular, Watchtowers, which we're about to go into, and Furnace, had 2 skips, which were just so hard, especially for me. But now with Glide, you just fly over it, which is great.
Yeah. When we come up to Watchtowers, we'll point out like these. So essentially, again, the guy who found Lockstone Skip, Weejo, he also found out how to skip this arena, and we called it Ice Arena Skip, which you'll see that in a bit. That was the worst trick in the game, and I hated it.
It was like frame perfect, pixel perfect, or something or other, and it's like, okay,
it was a lot of like, you know, absolute perfect tech needed. Like if you were that good, you could do it, but oh my, was it tough? It was tough. But now with Glide, we can just ignore all the hard work he put into that trick.
Sorry for all those hours, mate. Yeah.
And not only is it easier, it is much faster. So yeah.
So we're effectively going to the last, well, not the last boss, but the last sort of Titan Soul, I suppose, that we need to collect to get to the last boss. And with Glide, it just becomes actually, this is kind of what you were explaining earlier about auto slash. Where I don't have auto slash now, it's become a lot harder to do the zoomies.
Oh yeah, so
that's why I'm dropping all the inputs. Okay, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, so essentially, there we go. So there's a couple of things that just happened there. One was auto slash. Auto slash.
Hang on, sorry guys, that actually just soft locked the game. So.
There we go. Yeah. So what I would have said, like what happened there? There was a lot that just happened there. I'll explain. So essentially, one thing was auto slash. Auto slash causes zoom timing to be completely messed up when you're performing Glide, which is what he was just trying to do there. So all of that caused the soft lock, and now he's had to reset the game for just real quick. And there we go. He's back up.
Sorry about that. That was a bit of my bad.
Yeah, that's the scary thing about the soft locks in this game. Sometimes they are brutal.
Oh no! It's putting me back here.
Yeah, you've just got to take the elevator again now.
All right. So basically, I've lost glide state. So glide state. So we're gonna have to do it the old way. But let's see if I can still do this.
Oh bloody hell!
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't do the glide. So basically, it's very frame rate dependent. So for some reason, there it kind of dropped my inputs, and I was like, no. And then I basically went to do what I needed to do again in the void, and it basically soft locked me. And then the debug that I had as a safety, basically, I pressed the button at the wrong time, and it just soft locked me entirely. So I had to basically alt F4 that. So apologies on that one, guys. I did have a little bit of a backup in case that happened, and it just failed.
It happens.
It's what it
happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. So a couple things now that are going to happen now. Where the glide state. So essentially how glide works. There's a lot of explanation on glide. It's quite overwhelming. There's a lot of information about it. But essentially what's just happened is certain cutscenes give glide, and when you save quit, you lose the state that gives you glide, essentially. And that state has just been lost when you save, quit, or die. So we're going to have to resort to some older methods to get through.
And I really hope this. The annoying thing is actually, literally, I think a few hours ago, we just mentioned him, basically found a way on the debug to allow us just to have glide state. So it would have been so much easier if I got that, but unfortunately we're going to have to do it the conventional way. Well, actually,
the old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way, not the conventional way. But here we go. So this is Watchtowers. It's such a bummer I can't show you the glide because it's such a good piece of movement.
Well, we still get to see basement glide, don't we? So
yeah.
Basement glide is fun.
See if I can still remember how to do this. So this is the scary part. This is where you just soft lock. Yeah, there we go. That's basically me soft lock.
if you do soft lock, so what you could do, if you struggle here, you can always go back probably to, if you can find a way to Sailor Mountain.
Oh, yeah, good shout. Yeah.
And go to Jeffy and grab glide state like that. That might be the best way to do it.
How long will that take? With that, I can't remember now. Got to go back through Cemetery. So yeah, this is usually where we would just reset. So unfortunately, guys, I have messed up. I do apologise. But yeah, there is a way for us to get glide state back. But I think I'm just going to try it this way first, and then we'll see how it goes. There we go. Got there. So that's the hard part about this route. This is called middle route. Effectively, wouldn't have to do any of this with glide, but there's chances of soft locking at least twice this route, which is a bit of a pain, but it is what it is. We're over the hard part.
So essentially, watchtowers used to be, like I said, with Ice Arena Skip, it used to be the hardest part of like the run tech-wise, and we had it divided into multiple different routes, and now you're going to see a lot of like arc movement now. But essentially, we had it divided into 3 different points, and he's taking the middle route currently, which was the fastest route up until glide was discovered. It's difficult though. It's difficult. It requires like a very fast input timing for the arc. Which
I'm gonna have to sit forward now. It's getting serious.
So I think currently, it's the inputs are slightly too fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and maybe just go this route instead.
Almost. Yeah, I'll take this route, I think. There we go.
Sometimes it just doesn't like it. I think it is here. There we go. Just get rid of this guy. Okay, so.
It's also nice to show that there is always an alternate way. Like if a trick can't be done, like okay, we have backup strats and all that.
That's like 3 backups. So effectively now.
Oh, well done. That's a tough arc to hit.
Yeah.
That's a very stressful arc to hit there because you have to change like angle mid-air, which at that point after you've performed like 3 or 4 arcs is very stressful. So just a heads up, this arena that he's currently doing is that we skip normally is the worst fight in the game.
There's ice physics and there's enemies and there's like 5 waves. It's not. Yeah, I don't want to die here.
It is a very tough fight, and it's especially tough as well when you haven't practiced this route in a while because
I have not done this.
Need to do it anymore.
Yeah.
I think everybody became an absolute pro at this fight at one time or another because it was like the reset point for a lot of people. But then we stopped doing it because
I'm just not going to talk. I'm stressing out now.
Yeah, no, focus up.
Right.
But yeah, essentially, every skip we've developed at this point. So Ice Arena Skip, the original one that was stupidly hard to do, skipped this fight, and Glide as well allowed us just to literally fly over it.
You just fly over this arena. I'm really, really gutted we didn't get it because it's glorious. It's so glorious.
Yeah, it happens.
Okay, this is. I'm just going to go like unbelievably safe. So this isn't the fastest way to do it, and I apologize. But dying here would mean not good.
That's because it be safe rather than be sorry.
Yeah, literally.
Exactly.
Yeah,
these guys with the hammers and the shields, they are some of the worst enemies.
They just somehow get you from just so far away.
They are a nuisance.
And no,
thankfully, the route as it stands, we don't have to deal with these guys. But when you do, you can. They are.
He's trapped in the corner. Wait, I got an idea. Let's just.
Oh no!
Oh god!
I'm not going in there.
Oh no! Oh goodness!
The
Maybe
ice.
try fire.
Okay, does the ice go back? I really hope it does. Yeah, it does. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so hitting the ice gets you some spells. So I'm just gonna. Oh no, he's out. He's free. He's going to get me. He's going to stay away. Stay away. Okay, this might be okay. Oh man, I'm scared.
Maybe duke him around and get some more fire, and
This is usually okay. This is kind of my safe spot. It's good. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Ice Arena is tense, man. Oh, man.
That is the most stress I've had watching this game in a while. My God, I haven't seen that fight in so long. Oh God, now I remember why we skip it. Oh
yeah, it's not an easy fight.
Horrible.
It's
horrible
the ice physics that and then the 4 grunts at the beginning, and where I usually enter that arena. When I go in the middle route, I usually enter the arena at a different spot, so I kind of have my own setup. And I came into it from a different angle, so everything was just not what I'm used to. Okay,
dude, well done though. Well done though. You
got there in the end.
You did it first try, which is impressive because that fight is hard to do first try sometimes, especially when you haven't done that fight in literally months. Well done.
Cheers, man.
So now we're on to Betty. Now, with this fight, if Dino does it all, it's quite tight timing in this fight, but if it's all done correctly, there's a skip that'll happen that you didn't even know.
I got it.
We just skip a phase completely. Essentially, it's Betty will start rolling around. There we go. We skipped it. Essentially, what she does is she rolls around the arena, which doesn't sound like too annoying, but you can't hurt her while she's rolling. So the moment she starts rolling, you immediately lose like 14 seconds.
Yeah, that's hell phase. Hell phase when she starts rolling. It's just like, okay, well, I've just reset. I'll just save and quit. Like.
But yeah, that went well. That was like a perfect fight.
That was perfect. At least I made up for myself there. That's it.
But yes, this is some of the most like stressful part. Watchtowers. Like Watchtowers as it stands with Glide is very chill. But as you saw, the moment you don't have Glide, it becomes horrible.
Yeah, that's why you just. Oh, hang on. Oh, nearly.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna take that time loss.
Yeah, here we go. You have to enter this cutscene like this. If you don't, we won't validate your run.
Yeah, you got to get the impatient crow. Like, I just want to get through this cutscene. Just come on, get it. I love it. I ain't got time to listen to you, Lord.
This crow does not care to wait.
No time to listen. Just send me off. Just send me. Go. Let's go. This is the last Lord.
Such an impatient little crow.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. So this isn't the final boss or anything.
Yeah, no.
I like when it gets sucked into the door. It's still trying to run away.
Yeah. It doesn't even have time to get sucked away. It just doesn't care.
What I would have liked to do earlier is when you get sucked into the chest, if you zoom into that cutscene, you like spin around and do all sorts of stuff. It's brilliant. But it really puts you in a horrible position into the fight. So I maybe thought, I don't really want to put myself in that situation. Probably a good thing too.
Right, so now we're away from all that like horrible mess of Watchtowers.
Let's forget that.
We're going to move on to. We're going to move on to the next boss now, and that is the Frog King. The Frog King is essentially where they used to be. Was one of the again a super reset heavy point, but we've really done some work on that area now, and it's a lot less reset heavy now, thankfully.
Yes. Oh man, I have PTSD thinking about what we used to have to do, but it's a lot easier now. I did get Glide from the Betty fight, so I should be able to now.
So there was a cutscene after Betty. There's a cutscene after Betty, and there's also actually the cutscene with the Lord of Doors where we were impatient that resets the Glide, which is great. Which is exactly.
And then we ain't got time to wait for no gondolas. Nah, we're just going straight.
Yeah, going with the theme of the impatient crow here. We don't care for public transport.
I'm just going to skip this whole area.
Whee!
And even the camera doesn't have time to catch up.
Yeah, really.
And there we are. Right. So
this area of forest, we don't care for it. We're out. We're done. That normally, the fastest sequence we had for that before Glide was probably I don't know, 35, 40 seconds, maybe.
You had to
now it's about 20, maybe. It's so much faster. So again, we've got to do another frame advance here because we need menu walk again. And the last time we had menu walk, it was for the infinite hookshot, which we'll be doing again here. Again, there is like a bunch of different ways to beat Flooded Fortress, which is where we currently are. There's a lot of different ways to beat this area. And
this is the way I like to do it. The easier way.
The beginner route uses sort of a mixture of a few different things.
Oh, okay.
And currently we have multiple ways to pretty much skip everything at this point, obviously with varying difficulty. The infinite hookshot that you're about to see was one of the first ones we actually discovered with the tech once it was discovered. And obviously it can still be used to this day very nicely. It basically, well, you'll see where we end up.
There we are.
So now nice. We're basically at the end of the we're at the end of this area now, essentially. We just have one arena to do, and that's it.
There is ways to skip this arena, but yeah, I mean, you probably explain better than me. You go.
Yeah. So essentially, this entire arena is skippable. We were workshopping a way to skip this for a long time. We had hypotheses and theories on it and everything. And then there was a small change to the infinite hookshot tech that basically made it possible. And the moment that happened, yeah, we were able to skip it. So the advanced route, basically, there's a button you can see behind the arena that's like covered by spikes. There is an extremely thin point where the hookshot can actually grab that button from an extremely precise angle. And we find a spot and we can hit that from that angle. It's crazy. It looks awesome. But the lineup is actually a pixel perfect lineup. It is quite hard to do. But yeah, it skips the entire thing plus that arena. It's very cool.
So I didn't die in that arena, which is good. I'm going to get some health now, just in case. As I said, it's quite an inconsistent, stressful run for me anyway, but there's some skillful people in this community that could put me to shame.
Yeah, you're good, man. You're very good.
This is the fun part. You want to take the honors?
Yeah, so now, yeah, go for it. So this guy, he's got a very, very, very humble name, very small name. So he's the king of the swamp. He's the guardian of the flooded fortress, lord of his domain, ruler of all he surveys, champion of the people, keeper of the five oaths, first of his name, second of the other name, who is without middle of mercy or omission of destroyer of those would quit. And there you go.
Yeah, something like that. Well done.
So, yeah. I will actually give you the full name of that. I've got it here. I will give you the full name in a moment. But first off, we are going to not do this boss fight normally because why not?
Well, we can already fly. Why can't we swim? Yeah, why not?
Exactly. So now we're swimming underwater because we can.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
So now we're just gonna hurt his little feet, essentially. Just attack his feet. And that is essentially what the rest of this is going to be. Just attacking his toes. We even get him to self-damage here as well. And the self-damage he does is really good. Very nice. It's a lot faster than doing the by intended way. His name, though,
there we go.
If you're wondering, is lord of his domain, ruler of all he surveys, champion of the people, keeper of the five oaths, first of his name, second of his other name, he who is without middle, initial, or mercy, destroyer of all those who would question him, his rightful rule, or look at him askance, eater of the vanquished, devourer of the insolent, the indolent, guzzler of the non-committal, and bestower of the wrathful, Prebrian, and fount of the most wondrous beneficence. All glory to him and his mace, holy basher of toads, not frogs, but really, what are toads anyway? like worse frogs, right? Uglier too. Smartest creature in all the land, really clever, like that Einstein guy, but more handsome, and okay, hit the word count.
Okay, hit the word count. So yeah,
my favorite thing about that is they were typing. They probably typed it. I wouldn't be surprised if they typed it, added more, hit the word count, backspace to go. Okay, hit the word count, so they can actually end it.
yeah, exactly.
So now we have glyphosate again, which is great. So now you're going to see what I mentioned earlier about furnace skip. It's going to be glorious. At least we get to see that one, and shouldn't mess that one up. So fingers crossed.
I will say for this, probably if you do, for whatever reason, go low on health, just back to the door. Just go straight back to the door if you can.
I'm not going to avoid stuff.
So yeah, now we've beaten Betty, a Yeti. We've now beaten the Frog King. We're now going to attack an old lady.
Quite literally.
Literally the best way to describe it. Also, this little setup here was a setup dino.
It's the one thing I can actually say I've done. I mean, it's not going to work now. There we go. So go get it. We just skip the whole manor and just go straight into the basement.
Yeah, essentially.
I mean, what I've done was derivative from what was already found, to be fair. So I'm not going to take all that credit.
Nah, but your setup works. It's good.
Yeah. I think I'm the only one that actually goes into that area with Dex 2, that's why. So,
yeah, we do it in the advanced route as well, but we use a different setup. But I think your setup's pretty good.
I have to ask.
Is your frame rate good, by the way?
No, I need to get the auto slash. There we go.
Oh, yes, auto slash.
So what was that?
I was making sure y'all were good before I asked the question. So
no, it's all good. Crack away.
Okay, yeah, because I know we attacked. We attacked we had the other boxes. Now we're going off to, attack a woman, so to say. Which also, by the way, I love the fact that you attack the toad's foot as a crow, so it could be an homage to crow's feet. But that's besides the point. So is this a Hitchcock reference? This boss coming up here?
No, it's generally just grandma. I don't know. Is it?
Yeah, no, it's just grandma. Yeah.
I mean, Hitchcock did do a movie where a bunch of birds that did attack people. So
maybe. But yeah, there's grandma. You saw her for 1 second. Her security sucks.
Yeah, I mean, and you saw the glide there. I just skipped the whole thing in a furnace, got past grandma's vault. It's all good. And now, this is love this. I spent hours on this, and now it's just fly over.
Glide. Yeah, originally before Glide, we had workshopped methods to get through this entire area like really fast, and they all worked great. I know Dino was not a fan of them. Dino now likes the new
like this one. I like this one. I love it.
I'll let him show you the method.
Oh, I don't have an auto shot. There you go. Oh yes, there we go. So satisfying. That's it. We just skipped through all the lower layer of furnace.
That's like 75% of this entire stage done, just like that. It's great.
I love it. It's so much easier than what
see what happens when you teach a bird how to fly.
I know. Absolute chaos.
There's the big boy blob. That's my favorite. He's like the one of its kind. I don't think there's another big blob in this game. Actually, I don't know.
There's a big green one at one point, I think.
Oh, there's another one actually. Yeah. I lied. So there's two big blobs in that room. I literally never see them anywhere else. No, yeah, we're on grandma, but it's okay to attack grandma because she swears at us. So.
Yeah, she calls us a little shit.
Yeah, it's not good. Just because, I mean, what? We only broke into her manor and, Yeah,
we only broke into her manor, flew over her security and just kind of gave her the middle finger, really.
Here we go. So yeah, we can fly. What of it?
Yeah, she can fly. We can also do the same.
Yeah, it'll make more sense later on. We'll probably give a little bit of an explanation about why we're doing all this. There's a massive cutscene at the end where we can have an opportunity to explain that. But ultimately, yeah, we just need to collect these souls to open up a door. And this is essentially the first boss.
Yeah. So that's a good point. So, yeah, we need to collect 3 boss souls essentially to progress. And this is now the 3rd boss soul, which again, we've done in reverse boss order, funnily enough. This is supposed to be the first boss you fight. We've now made this the last boss you fight. The reason we've done it that way is because the Yeti that you fight earlier, Betty, she gives the most soul count on defeat, which is just really handy. And on top of that, she has the least amount of health for some reason. I don't know why they did it that way, but yeah, gives the most reward and has the least amount of health. Grandma,
helps a lot
on the other hand, has the most health and gives you the least amount of soul. So she's just, I don't know.
No point doing her first, because I mean you don't get to upgrade. So it's better to get more strength faster because then you can just beat everything faster. So no brainer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to be
an easier area as well, which is nice.
Yeah.
Someone in chat just went off and said that the grandma looks vaguely like the old woman from Spirited Away, and every time I watch, I'm like, yeah, no, I see it.
I never thought about that. Oh my god, she does.
That's so good. That's brilliant.
Wow, I never put that together. Damn. You've just changed the way I see that now.
You literally, we're not going to be fighting grandma anymore.
Yeah.
It's the Spirited Away. So yeah, effectively this is now getting towards the RNG crow. Oh man.
Yeah, so remember that big guy earlier who smacked us in the back of the head that we were like, oh yeah, we'll get back to him. We're now coming to that point where we've got to tussle with the muscle, and he sucks ass. He is awful. He is terrible, and nobody likes him. The reason is the fight is probably the only fight that kind of involves randomness to a point.
Yeah.
But it's not randomness in like, oh yeah, when can I damage him or anything like that. It's like randomness in like, sometimes you hit him and you just instantly get damaged and there's nothing you can do about it.
I mean, you'll see in a minute, honestly, all the amount of kind of crows that come out of him, you'll see. But I feel like now's a good time to say why we're collecting these souls and why the crow is even going to attack us in the first place.
Yeah, so essentially we're trying to break into Death's door. This big guy is trying to get through this door. We don't know why he's trying to get through the door. He just wants to get through the door. So we essentially collect 3 boss souls through the game. And that's kind of your job as well. You're actually contracted to do this, essentially.
Yeah.
And throughout the whole game, you kind of start learning that the guy you're working for probably isn't the best guy. He seems a bit shady. I don't know, something's not quite right about him. And to boil this game down, like this story down, it's essentially you fall out with your management and you go on strike.
Everyone goes on strike. Literally, yeah. I mean, it's kind of about living forever. You know, the boss wants to live forever, so he trapped Death behind the door, and this big crow wants to like collect souls to unlock the door, so he can like reap who he needs to, who's been contracted to reap. And that's basically it. And then and now we just get loads of lore.
Yeah, he finds out that his target through this door doesn't exist anymore because nothing exists beyond Death's door. And he doesn't like that very much. He gets quite upset.
Yeah.
As you will find out. And yeah, at this point, our goal now is to free Death so the world can go back to normal, essentially.
The Lord of Doors is a bit of a tyrant, that's why we're all going on strike. We thought, you know what? We don't want to wear books on our head anymore. Yeah. That'll make more sense in a minute. I just think it's hilarious. All right, okay, right. Let's do this.
So let's just see how. So essentially, what you'll see is every time he attacks the Grey Crow, a little thing's going to spawn out of him. These little black floating clouds. These can sometimes just spawn on you while you don't have like any movement. So
which is what just happened there.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed all that.
You'll attack him. If you hook shot to him to get close, you can't move for a split second because you're hook shotting. Sometimes one of those will just appear on top of you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Have fun.
And sometimes when you stand beside him, he's like, do you know what? I'm just going to quickly sideswipe you.
Yeah. Ooh. This fight is it is a stressful fight.
It can either go horribly well or horribly like wrong. So
I think the way to get through this fight normally is to admit that you have no control over anything and you just have to get lucky.
Yeah, I honestly think so. I mean, there's a point of having skill on it, but yeah, I mean, you just need to utilize all these little pro things that are coming out of him as well.
One of the differences with this fight compared to, say, the No Major Glitches version is that the No Major Glitches version get like maximum strength, that they can output so much damage.
Yeah,
the glitched version of this route. I think how much strength do we have currently? 2 strength? Save and quit.
I remember.
He remembered.
Yeah.
He remembered.
I think I've got 3 strength here.
Yeah, 3 strength. So we don't have nearly as much. It's a tough fight, but he did really well there, actually. Really well.
I didn't die. That's really well. That's
So I meant to ask this earlier, but like when the boss fights, are the spawn points, or are they, do you know kind of like if they vanish and spawn in another area, do you kind of know those locations, or is it just RNG based off of just the map?
Do you mean like where the fights are, generally speaking, like where the boss fights?
Like in the middle of, let's just say the boss fight of the map is a circle, and they spawn at like the top middle. Do you know it's gonna spawn kind of like on the bottom right?
It'll always spawn in the same place. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So Grandma, for instance, she teleports around. She generally kind of follows some patterns, but like the first couple teleportations, for instance, will be like completely like scripted. But then there's a point where it just becomes random at that point, and you can't, no matter where you position yourself, she will just like. There's a set few places she will appear, but it doesn't seem to matter where you're stood. She'll just appear anywhere.
Yeah, gotcha. It's usually one of 3 places, though, to be fair.
But there doesn't seem to be a way to force those positions, and like all the bosses kind of follow that. I mean, the Grey Crow, for instance, just doesn't care. Anyway, though, we're beating up our boss now.
Yeah, we went and said, look, everyone's on strike. What do you want me to do? He's like, I'm so angry. Then he just attacked us. That's kind of what happened.
We said, everybody's leaving. What do you think about that? And then he said, how about I punch you?
Yeah, and that's how we got ourselves in this situation.
So we said, okay, fine, let's not do that.
I thought it was loading. I was I
was going to say. So this whole sequence, though, is, I'm going to be honest, it's a very stressful sequence. Even just for like the casual player, there's a lot that happens quite quickly here, and especially like when you're trying to add zoomies and stuff into the mix, it's very easy to just like get stacked out with damage really fast. The advance route here is, in my opinion, the hardest part of the run. It is all about positioning. You'll also see there, by the way, that like some weird stuff's going on here. Depending on where you stand, if you've got the right positions, you will instantly teleport on the phase transitions. So you can see there, he instantly teleports. The moment that the Lord of Doors snaps his fingers, essentially the trigger spawns in. And if you're standing in the right spot, you will instantly teleport. If you miss it, you have to kind of wait for the door to spawn in, and all of that. It's slower, but it's quite a lot slower if you wait on it. So, but essentially, if you get your positioning right, you can spawn in super fast. Now, the advance route here, it basically takes all of the frame advancing plus the infinite hook shots and positioning, and it combines it all into one. It's
really difficult, to be fair.
Boy. It is a very much like all about positioning. It is, but it's so cool to watch. It is incredible to watch. But like I said, I think it's probably the hardest part of the run, which is fitting for the end of the run, to be fair.
I'm not getting very fast zoomies, but I thought to myself, do you know what, I want to play it safe, just because the gauntlet does lose about 4 minutes if you die. So I just wanted to sort of maybe say,
yes,
maybe just get through that with some help, because that could happen easily. Like, oh no.
Yeah.
So you notice the Lord of Doors as well takes you to the different areas and sort of acts like the bosses you faced. So that's quite interesting.
Yeah, he kind of.
Oh no!
Previous boss fights.
This is what I didn't want to happen.
Oh goodness!
It happens.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, this sequence is.
My PB is definitely out the window, guys. But hey ho, we're having fun. That's what I'm at.
Yeah,
we're going fast, kind of, and having fun.
But yeah, like no matter what you're doing, even as the casual experience, this is a stressful sequence. I cannot emphasize that enough. But there, you can see there, like he wasn't stood on the top, so he has to wait for this whole animation to play out, and then he can go through. Whereas if you're stood directly on the trigger, you go straight away.
Yeah, these balls as well, these ball doors. That can happen, for example. And I don't know what happened there. Okay. Blimey. So basically, these balls have some weird hitboxes. Sometimes you can roll through them, and then other times you kind of can't. It's really timing based. And And I've lost my auto slash now, which
That's
which is
again,
why
when
some
your auto
zoomies are
slash
messing
is
up.
gone, the timing, like you kind of get this ingrained timing on when to zoom, and it's like when you do it, you know, you practice it for a while, it gets really ingrained. The moment auto slash is gone, everything, it's like really hard to remember how to time.
Yeah.
So. Right, yeah, this is
All right,
the
best of luck. You
last,
got this.
like,
Okay, wish me
this
luck.
is the last fight in this gauntlet
that's not luck.
section. But it adds a hell of a lot of stress when you're at 1 HP.
Oh, goodness.
You've done this a couple times now.
Yeah, I'm quite stressed. Oh no, no.
Ooh.
I'm just playing it absolute safe. I'd really can't afford to lose this. No. Oh man.
Sad.
It's just,
Ah.
man. Okay, so
It does happen.
it can happen. This is what I mean. Like, I lose most of my runs at Gauntlet, so I practice this a lot, and
For
it's
context,
just not
the
paying off
advanced
today.
route that I practice here, I put about like a good 25 hours into practicing like just this one end sequence, like with all the tricks that you have to use. I haven't pulled it off in a run once yet. Like, I managed to get it all down. I understand how to do it all, but yeah, like in execution, I'm able to do maybe like 1/4 of it. It's difficult.
Come on, man. I've not got auto slash as well. It's really throwing off my timing. There we go. Because usually I'm a bit more risky with these fights, where I'm used to the timing of rolling through him and getting my invincibility frames. And playing it safe is actually kind of harder because I don't practice playing safe. I practice doing it fast.
Yeah. We were talking about that earlier when we were practicing.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, why don't you try doing this? And the moment he tried to play it safe, he just instantly got bodied. He's like, no, I want to play risky. I'm much safer when I play risky.
I mean, I've just given the example now, honestly. I probably would have done it if I didn't play safe. He just, like, elbowed me. What? I've never seen that before.
Oh, my God.
That wasn't
Oh, I
fair.
did.
Oh.
He didn't even do the animation. He just said, you know what? Have a cheeky little elbow. That's it.
He's like, you don't like your teeth anymore, do you? Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
I just want to get to the final area, please.
It is so close after this point. It's like one more little run, and then we're there. Oh wow! I didn't realize there was that many door attacks there. We normally just run straight past them. I forget how many there are sometimes. Jesus.
Right. There we go. That's all I needed to do. I just needed to be a bit more brave and just go ham.
I mean, you were literally like 1 or 2 hits off both of those attempts. They were so close.
I think the nerves got the best of me there, guys.
It happens. Oh, it happens.
It's a horrible sequence, dude. It's not surprising. It's a stressful sequence.
It's happened to me when I've been on Hotfix. Those nerves get to you, and you're just like, I can't get past this.
Yeah.
But well, at least I've given a big estimate, so it should be okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the fun part. We don't want to attack him. We just want to use gravity and read a book. That's all we're doing here.
Yeah. So this whole fight, we said, well, what if we don't punch him, but instead, we use the forces of gravity against him, and you'll find out what that means in a minute. But yeah, he kind of does this whole like, hey, I'm really strong now. I'm gonna eat stuff through my keyhole face. I'm cool, all that sort of thing. And we just kind of went, yeah, no.
Best music though. I mean, it's a shame we don't have to fight him anymore because the music's pretty good.
Yeah, the music here does kick ass. So, there's going to be a lot that happens here. I'm not going to explain any of it. Yeah, now we're outside the arena.
Whew, there we go. Read a book, and it's done. There we go.
Oh, wow, nice.
Time.
Oh, wow, nice. GG.
Bam, done.
GG.
GG,
So-
man. Well done.
Well done.
So I just love it. It's like this appears to be a Reaper's abandoned logbook. Please.
Yeah, so essentially,
There we go.
He gets stuck in midair. When you read a text box, it kind of resumes game time. It's really strange. But
Yeah.
now we've got a double text box.
It's kind of like time stop, but then he kills himself. Gravity works. It's just a combination of everything, really.
Yeah,
But that's
he hits like
basically
a hill plane and yada yada yada.
That's basically it. That's basically the beginner's route death store. Actually played probably by a beginner by that example, but but hey, we got there. We got there in the end.
Yeah.
You did, man. You did. Well done.
Well, I hope
Really
everyone
well
enjoyed it. I mean, it's a great
Oh,
game.
yeah.
Honestly, it's a great showcase. I think still we see a lot of glitches. Even though we didn't get to see watchtowers, like you get the gist. Like it's just every tech in this game is so fun.
For context, the current world record held by Gloomy. So currently, I think your PB dyno is 49 minutes something.
Yeah, 49 minutes.
Gloomy's current world record without glide, which could save him another minute and a half roughly, is currently 35 minutes. So it's like this game can go very fast. It is very, very quick. When played at the top level.
Yeah, it's thanks.
So if anyone wanted to go, if anyone wanted to go and look at those runs, or wanted to see like, oh, I want to run this category, I want to see what the 80% or any of the other categories, wanted to learn more, where would they go to learn all of that?
We've got loads of resources if you're in the Discord and on speedrun.com. So we've got beginner guides, the new routes, old routes, all sorts. So it's all there, and obviously the Discord, we're always helping people to come in. I mean, the amount of help I've had has been a lot. So basically, that's where the first things first. Go to resources, join the Discord. That's it, really.
And if anyone wanted to follow any one of y'all, where would they go?
I mean, me, I'm on Twitch. I haven't really streamed in a while. I plan to stream maybe in the future. Bacon, I don't know if you stream.
I do periodically stream. I've got a YouTube. It's just a Bacon Buddy. I guess just my YouTube's a Bacon Buddy. And I do have a Twitch as well, Bacon Buddies as well. I occasionally stream. I plan to do a little bit more soon, but yeah.
A lot of people in the community kind of like are quite active. They stream and they're talkative. So as I say, just want to cool little community we're here anyway.
We have a small tournament happening next week as well. With a couple of us. So yeah, that'll be fun.
So that'll be on YouTube and on Twitch as well if people want to like stick around for that. Next week. So it's going to probably be showcasing new routes, old routes, improvised routes, all sorts. So.
The fabled Lockstone skip people will see. That is so cool. That is so cool.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for showcasing that amazing run.
Thanks for having us. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having us.
We're just getting started tonight, y'all. We got Broforce coming up next, actually. So while we get things set up, now is a great time to get up, stretch, use the restroom, get some water, all that fun stuff. And hey, do not forget, GDQ is actually hiring right now. If you are a business developer or have experience in recruiting sponsorships and would like to work for GDQ, apply at gamesdonequick.com/jobs. We'll be right back with Broforce. All right, how's everyone doing out there? I think we're all ready for this star. Are you ready for Broforce?
I am ready for the Broforce. All right.
Just
So
give it 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So initially, we're actually gonna start, but not really. We're gonna immediately quit out. Because we get to skip a 2-second cutscene of the helicopter if we just like load up the first level. So actual start in 3, 2, 1, go. So so this is Broforce. Right now we're playing as Ash Brulian, and these levels are going to go by really quick. You can see there's that's already 1 out of like 64. And yeah, there's like, we just got like a pretty massive update recently, so there's a couple new characters and some new tech and everything. For the vast majority of these levels, it's just going to be a matter of like running past all the enemies as they struggle to comprehend how fast we're going. Yeah, and as far as like different characters, I'm sure you'll recognize a couple of them. Like for instance, we have Rambro here. And yes, we are in fact every time killing Satan because he's, you know, taken over all the terrorists and, you know, source of all evil. So this next bit here, we're gonna use a propane tank to propel ourselves across a large chasm. So punch it, and boom, there we are.
Nice, yes.
So this coming up is our first boss battle. So in the last update, there was a trick where you could flip over a piece of geometry to skip a cutscene, but that's since been patched in the new version. And so now we have to watch it. It'll do a little thing, and then we can hop on it and kill it in, you know, a few seconds, and that's the boss fight. So
Wow.
yeah, no, the first few will go by really quick. Though this, myself and many people, the Broforce community, we hate dogs. Because the dogs in this game, for whatever reason, I believe while they're moving downwards, they will automatically kill you in one hit. And sometimes they'll just randomly hop around, so it's incredibly annoying. So, I believe many people say Broforce is like the Murphy's Law of speedruns. Anything that can go on will go wrong. You'll also notice that there are characters that can do these levels incredibly quickly. However, the problem is that we have virtually no control over which character we get. There's also some very finicky movement, as you just saw there, as we're having to like use just the corner of our collision box in order to like grab onto various things. So that right there was one of the new characters who is incredibly broken in that they can instantly kill just about all the bosses in the game. So now we're going to come up across GR666, which the most hated boss in the whole game. In that, now the standard way to kill him is you're supposed to lead him off to the edge of the map, because he will respawn every time you try and kill him. So instead we just get this giant mech, and we dig a hole in the ground for him to live in. So that's
one way.
Luckily, we killed him before I fell in the hole there. Yeah, so this is one of the newer levels. So, again, anybody who wants to join into this game, there's a couple new levels and, you know, new strats and positions and routes that you can take for each level. Save just that little bit of extra time. We're going to do another propane launch here. Now, there was actually...
It's really interesting how they, like...
I'm sorry, what?
I'll say it's really interesting how they mixed some of the newer levels with the older levels.
Yeah, they mixed in a couple of new levels with the older levels. A lot of the older arcade-only levels have been replaced with their campaign versions. That's like one of the reasons why the helicopter skip was patched out, because it was not in the campaign version. Oh, and yeah. Should be a thing to point out that literally everything in this game will one-hit kill just about every single character. So this is very much a matter of don't make any mistakes.
And that's really interesting for the speedrun too. That you can't make a single mistake, kind of.
Yeah, of course. Like the game is like it's inconsistent, but it's consistently inconsistent. So like you make mistakes, but there's usually enough room that you can like save tons of time later in the run if you get like a particular character. So this level, Megacopter, is about the only level that we kind of play more or less the casual strat. Minus the fact that we're already halfway up this tower. Yeah, the objective for this guy, you can't damage him normally. Instead, you have to attack these propane barrels and they will fly up and damage the boss. Yeah, so there's not too much to this level. I think I'd like to call this one the auto-scroller boss. But the level coming up is going to be a really fun one because it's one of the levels that if we can get the Terminator or Brodinator, we can get some ridiculous speed and time. So Broly he's alright, but he's not quite that good as far as this level, because there's a lot of flat terrain, and yeah, some characters go really, really fast when it comes to flat terrain. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're gonna get anybody nice and quick, so instead we're just gonna have to, run as fast as we can, dodge all the enemies, and just sprint to the helicopter.
I love how there's a character called Broly, and it's not the DBZ Broly.
So right now we're just gonna like casually.
Okay.
Again, Murphy's Law. So instead we're gonna do a propane thing here, and then immediately mess it up because I jump off a small bit of geometry. But what you saw before there is what's known as mech jump, where you get into a mech, jump out, make a few hops to the left, and get out, and you're able to pick up massive speed like that.
Whoa!
Allows you to fly straight across the level. So now here comes one of the big bosses. Unfortunately, we didn't get too good a character. He's alright. This one attack with the bombs are really the only one you have to like truly dodge, because yeah, so we did that good there, but if you were to die there, you would go straight back to the beginning of the level because we didn't hit any checkpoints. So this is what I said before about the Terminator. He has a chain gun that will actually give you recoil and causes you to fly across the level at very, very high speeds. So this character we really love because while she's really slow, in most cases her gun can get her like ridiculous speeds when going over flat terrain or when going vertically. And you know what? Only like 3 deaths so far. That's honestly pretty good pace. I don't know how many deaths I had in my actual PV, but they very rarely do you have a run where you have no deaths. In fact, well, it was on the previous version. I did make like a segmented run showing that the speed possible for this run could be dramatically faster, like a order of 10 minutes faster if you get like perfect RNG. But there's also like a, you know, that's the equivalent of winning the lottery every day for the next, you know, month. So this boss is probably the second biggest pushover of the entire run. You just destroy these two things, hop on its side, and just kind of like grab onto it, and it'll just fly around, and there. Not really too much to it. Yay. But you'll see, I think the next boss when we come up to it will be another very, very interesting speed case of where we totally glitch out the boss. Okay. Also, one other thing to note with the character RNG is that there isn't a...
Oh, yeah.
See why I hate the dogs? Insta-kill immediately turns around and, like, there's zero time for you to react. Yeah, so with the character RNG, one of the things that needs to happen is that in order to get, like, say we have RoboCop here, to get RoboCop again, we need to roll through 80% of the 42 different characters before it's even in the roster to be selected again. So it means at any given time, you only have a smaller section of characters to choose from. So here is Rail Fortress, which is by far the biggest pushover in the entire run. Because we just grapple on this zip line and destroy this little screen, and it's dead.
Oh wow, that was.
Yeah, there's. I think if I recall, the lowest segmented times for that boss is like maybe 8 seconds.
I think one of my favorite things about speedrunning, especially when it comes to this, is when I play it casually, I'm just sitting down there and just going through the level, like, so, like, you know, it's like 20 minutes on just one level, and I just see it being beaten in, like, 10 seconds.
Yeah. Okay, it's very difficult to hop on that propane tank, because if you get on it the wrong way, those explodey characters will notice and blow up the moment that you they see you. So you kind of need to like time it correctly-ish. Okay, landed on that buzz slave, but sometimes it just kind of like forgets how the
Oh my God.
how the physics work sometimes. So now we're getting on, I'm gonna say, one of the harder bosses in the game, because you basically just have to get good character RNG. Luckily we got decently good RNG. I messed up there.
It happens, though. It happens.
Yeah, exactly. He's not like the best one. There are significantly better characters. I think this guy. Yeah, this guy is decently good, because recently in the new update he got 3 boomerangs which do damage as opposed to just 1. So much higher DPS. Okay, I'm actually going to try an interesting stat. Normally we would do a pig jump, but instead I can just get in this deployable mech and fly over the cutscene which would normally play, saving a little bit of time. So this next level, we're introduced to the aliens, but we don't really want to see the aliens, so we're just going to take this propane tank and fly over the cutscene trigger and all the aliens there. And yeah, so that's that level. You know, we don't like our cutscenes. They take away from the true speedrunning experience. So this character, Brolander, you see, again, more cutscenes in this level. So he has an interesting, I think it's him and the Brobarian have a similar thing where basically he will continue to build up speed as long as he's on flat ground. Which makes him really, really good for some of the longer levels. Like, for instance, this one is a very long level, which I honestly really would have liked to have Brolander on. But instead, we're just going to have to roll with it. I think the next few levels, we're going to be introduced to the head crab enemies, which are, I'm going to say, my second least favorite enemy in the entire game. Also, you know, just kind of casually go over the cutscene trigger and fly past the boss, because... Is
that a bro zombie?
That Brofly.
Oh, Brofly. Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so the head crabs in this game, normally they're all right, except for whatever reason. If they try and attack you while you are, or while they are on the ceiling, they will instantly latch on like that. Luckily we hit the button, so we don't really care if I die. But yeah, the head traps are the primary reason why I get extra lives in a lot of these alien sections. The actual xenomorph characters are honestly kind of a pushover in comparison. It's fully just the head crab that I end up dying to. Okay, so I think it's the next level. So, okay, Broniversal Soldier, who previously, before the update, was really, really broken. Like, normally his special wouldn't actually make him go any faster, but it would revive nearby enemies. Funny thing, though, technically, yourself was counted as an enemy, so you could revive yourself infinitely.
Huh.
So, they forgot to actually put any geometry on the top of this level, so we're just going to use Raiden here, just fly across the map and hit a button.
Nice.
And apparently I'm able... Okay, I can flex while dead, fine. Okay, so this next boss is another one where you kind of just have to have good RNG to beat it. Luckily, okay, good. So we got the Nutcracker invincibility shield, so instead we just kind of like, instead of actually defeating the boss, we're just going to jump into its mouth and just start flexing on it. And when it eventually bites down on it, it's going to like instantly kill it. And
that seems like a very Chuck Norris thing to do.
And there we go.
That is Chuck Norris, or a
I think it's, yeah, it's Chuck Norris. Yeah. So, oh yeah, this is one of the fastest, I was gonna say one of the fastest and most satisfying propane skips, but Yeah, sometimes you just get bad alien placement and they just are able to kill you instantly. Because normally you're able to sail all through that and be able to land nearly at the top of the tower. Okay, so this is a level where they would introduce the exploding aliens, but instead we're gonna jump over that cutscene trigger, jump over all these guys, and just... Okay, alright, so we managed to do that. We're gonna fly on this propane tank, wait for a few tanks to explode, and then we go and hit the button.
Nice.
Okay, so in a previous version, that buzzsaw actually went slow enough that you could run underneath it before it activated, but because this level was switched out with the campaign version, it's now too fast for you to do that, so we have to do a slightly slower option.
It's so weird to hear something say that it's too fast and we have to, like, in a speedrun.
Yeah, no. Although there's a few characters that, like, straight up can bypass it. For instance, like, I know Time Bro. Okay, so this character, we actually got some new tech recently, where he can just kind of, like, straight up fly across the level. And, yeah. Oddly enough, we haven't done, like, segmented speedruns, but we're pretty sure that he's one of the fastest, if not the fastest, character to have overall in a speedrun. So, the Terminator here, we're gonna quickly jump and use these acid guys to give us some extra speed. He has decently good DPS, so I'm just gonna, like, stick with him for now. He also has the invincibility, which is the one character that can actually take more than one hit. There are more efficient ways to kill him. I know Mac Brower has a insta-kill attack.
I love how, yeah, I do say that right now this run is pretty brodacious.
It's, excellent, you could say.
Yes.
So, we're actually gonna... Yeah, so... well, we didn't actually utilize it here. Apparently, now, don't actually do this, but apparently in this game, if you get covered in acid, apparently touching the American flag will completely erase all the acid on you.
Very interesting.
I think the other thing is that the head crabs, apparently all they had to do in the Aliens movie was just hit themselves with a exploding barrel, have a rock fall on them, because apparently that's all it takes to get rid of them.
I saw this in chat, and I have to point this out. When you want good RNG in this game, you have to pray to Brosidon, King of the Broshin.
No, I figure
that's clever.
We have Brodus Christ, which, oddly enough, is actually a character in this game if you beat it on hard difficulty.
Oh, wow, really?
Yep, he introduces you to the wonderful world of Heaven, which is located in Texas. You know, the most American city according to the Bro
that
team.
makes sense. That tracks. That took me probably a little bit longer than it probably should have, but that tracks.
Yeah. So this part of the level, the game expects you to be on top of that island, but instead we're just going to stand here for like 30 seconds. So the enemies don't really know what to do at this point, so they just kind of like, they're just real confused.
They're just, yeah, you're just wondering where you are.
And yeah, so there we go. So the next boss, oddly enough, the two enemies that we're gonna try and kill right away are actually more, are actually more threatening than the boss itself. Which, if we can get past them, you'll see in a minute. Again, very... I'm just gonna get an extra life. Okay, so these guys, really good, because if we get hit, then we actually get a decent speed boost for a little bit. And so, for right now, it gives us a little bit of a frame... Yeah, basically gives us invincibility so we can just climb up to the top here and kill the heart of the hive right away. Yeah. So
nice job with the extra life.
Exactly, yeah. So now we're in Heck. Yeah, so Satan apparently wasn't liking the fact that we're killing him over and over again.
So I guess.
Yeah.
I saw this. I saw this one in chat, but I'm going to say it. So I guess at this point, Satan is not brotastic.
Yeah. No. Sorry. What you say was not brotastic?
Satan's just not brotastic.
No.
Satan's not happy, so Satan's not brotastic.
True. So, Indiana Brones here, his whip used to be a lot more powerful, but now it just kind of does a lazy little, like, allows you to swing before it would actually pull you forward and actually get some decent speed on it. Okay, so right now is about the... Yeah, so it's the most difficult, it's like a 2-frame trick. And... Okay, I managed to get it. First try. Yeah, no, you basically have to jump off the propane tank in like a 2-frame window to be able to hit that one piece of geometry in order to skip over a cutscene trigger where you get to meet the big taco guys. So coming up, we're going to be introduced to another new enemy, which we're immediately going to run past and go to the end of the level trigger. Yeah, so, just not even paying attention to their amazing intro here. Okay, I'm going to risk it for the biscuit here. Where... Because this guy can teleport forward, there's like 2 enemies here that are kind of badly positioned. But luckily we were able to teleport past them. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, so... Oh yeah, so this is the first level where they introduced the blood portals. Luckily... Brochetti here is decently good when it comes to producing lots of blood for the blood god here.
Just the sound when you throw Satan. That's not what I was expecting.
He is, well, he hasn't taken all of his, vitamins. So this is another one of these, like, really, really precise tricks, where you basically have to... We luckily got a character that can just fly over it, but normally it's a very, very precise flip off that, otherwise you land on those little spikes. There is a safer way to go, but I think it loses you, like, 20-ish seconds. So now we're just going to wait for a bit. And this little piece of geometry you can just hop on, which I find endlessly amusing. And more to do with the blood portal, and there we are. Yeah, no,
Nice.
I've had runs die when we when you die at the very end of that sequence because it loses you like close to a minute. So now we're going to be introduced to the boning worm. Luckily, we got a character that can just fly over it, so we don't have to fight him. But he is rather annoying to fight just in general, because he spawns these annoying little, very annoying little skull characters. Luckily, this grenade guy can insta-kill the insta-kill the bone worm for whatever reason. Not too sure why. So next level coming up is we like to call time loss the level trademark, because there's a very precise little piece of geometry you jump off of. Okay, we managed to land decently well, and now we're going to be chased by about a dozen skulls.
As you do.
Climb up this tower, avoid the fire, you know, little thing.
Also, for the record, I love how chat's been just like going with the bro thing. I saw that someone did Hank Hill for bro pain and bro pain accessories.
Heck yeah. So I believe this is one of the last levels before like the final bosses. So yeah, so another blood portal. Nothing too crazy about it. You know, just some casual propane stuff. This next one, we're going to have a very interesting propane skip, where we actually end up skipping a somewhat important respawn checkpoint for the sake of getting a bit more time. Now, we want to kill the one on the left first, because the one on the right, when it dies, will spawn a bunch of blood, instantly opening the blood portal. Okay, so next level, we're actually going to go for something called Satan Skip, where we attempt to skip the Satan boss, where we can either get the quantum... Okay, so we could either have gotten the quantum flex, which allows you to just clip through the level, or there's like one of, I believe, 8 characters in the game that are able to skip. This being one of them, where you just kind of like slide off the side of the level and hit the cutscene trigger. The much funnier version, however, is where you are able to do a flip and basically fly off the map, causing Satan to die due to a death trigger, and you just instantly fly to the end of the level.
You know, when I first played Broforce, I thought this was just a bunch of like levels that you do, and I didn't realize there was like some sort of like actual plot. And I have to say, having that actual plot in there is kind of bro credible. I think that was in chat too, so I think someone said that. I think someone put that in chat beforehand, so
Okay.
I won't take credit for that.
So now we're on the final boss, and Raiden here is actually, I wouldn't say the best character, but he's definitely one of the better characters for fighting the final boss. So here we have Satan's final form. So we'll fly up and, you know, just lightning him to death. Luckily, Raiden, like many of the characters, will actually attack just as fast as you're able to hit the attack button. And coming up is as soon as that health bar goes away, that would be the end of run. And there we go. That's end.
Nice. GG. Or should I say bro? Would bro be acceptable instead of GG? I don't know. Thank you so much for showcasing once again that. Yes, brotacular. I like that. Showing that brotacular run. That was
There's a few
fantastic.
little end of cutscene things that are rather interesting. First off, we got this amazing cutscene where, it speaks for itself.
This is so good. All right, well, that plays out. If anyone wanted to know more about Broforce, it's always other things like, this could be really fun. This could be a really brodacious or brotastic or any other verb that we can throw bro in. Where would they need to know to learn more about this run?
We have a Discord server where we share tons of tips. Also, by the way, just in the background, awesome voiced music is about to come up. But we have a awesome community Discord server, as well as quite a few resources on the speedrun.com. It's a fairly new, kind of clean slate now with the new update, so it's plenty of room for new skips to come along and for times to be brought down significantly in the future.
All right, if anyone wanted to follow you, where would they head off to?
You can follow me on Twitch, Star Scuffle, just straight up, as well as on Twitter as well, also Star Scuffle. And yeah, I've been on a bit of stream hiatus the last little bit, but I hope to be coming back in the next couple of weeks.
All right, thank you so much for showcasing that brodacious. I know I've used that like 3 times already. It's fine. It's fine. Thank you so much for showcasing Broforce. We got Plants vs. Zombies coming up next. It's the great time for you to get up, stretch, get some water, hydrate, get a snack, all of that. Also, do not forget, Awesome Games Done Quick 2024 is going to be live and in person January 14th to the 21st in Pittsburgh, PA. Use !AGDQ in Twitch chat for more information, or head on over to gamesdonequick.com to check out the games list. Plants vs. Zombies coming up next. Stay tuned. And welcome back to the Bargain Bin. I'm Midnight Vesper. Hey, if you missed the other runs that we had earlier, or maybe some of GDQX which just ended, don't worry. We have all of our VODs on the YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/gamesdonequick, where you can see all the VODs and such. I don't know where I was going with that, but hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can just head on over to our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/gamesdonequick if you're interested in looking at our live content. And of course, also with that being said, your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy all the daily speedrunning content. And of course, finally, with our Halloween theme, we got to, of course, talk about some traditional Halloween themes like zombies. So, I figured we'd throw Plants vs. Zombies on here. So, Calvin, take it away with this great Plants vs. Zombie.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Calvin X2, joined by Easy Pig. Say hi, Pig.
Hi, I'm Easy Pig.
And joined by TZ Scion.
Hi, I'm TZ Scion. I held the world record for this category once.
He did. It's true, folks.
I have never gotten.
It's taken away from me.
I've never gotten good RNG once, so.
Stealing my spotlight. We're going to jump right into the run here because our first split is Slot Machine. It'll take either 3 minutes or 8 minutes for us to get through that level. So the only thing I'm going to explain before the run is that we just need to complete all 20 of these mini games. We're allowed to do it in any order. So let's start gambling. Let's give you a countdown for the timer. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. And so you might notice we have Rake. This is not important for this level, but it is important for the next two. So the gimmick of slot machine is that it's a slot machine. It's unique in that you do not have to beat zombies to beat the level. So if we have any stall tactics, we will be using them. Pig, do you want to explain how we can stall on this level?
Well, one of the methods that if Calvin gets a walnut here, he could place it on the rake or in front of it like that, and so that prevents that first zombie from dying. And since we know it's going to spawn there, we can just avoid from planting any firepower there, which prolongs this first wave for as long as the game wants it to. There's a range, but it can be decently long, up to, what, 36 seconds?
22 and a half to 25, I believe.
25? Is it? Okay.
I know, we don't remember exactly.
Yeah, it's a while.
I mean, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, and so Calvin is not attacking this next zombie, so the wave won't progress. I guess we can explain the 50% rule now in this nothing level.
Yeah, Sion, do you want to do that?
Sure, so the 50% rule isn't important for this level because we're trying not to use it, but for levels where we do want to kill the zombies, we want to be dealing damage to them, thus that the entire health of the wave that spawns, half of that damage is dealt to the zombies. What that does,
in other words,
is
if you have two zombies and you kill one of them, then it'll trigger the next wave.
Yeah, what that does is you are able to control when you trigger the waves.
Calvin's getting pretty good luck here with these sunflowers.
Yeah, this is not usual, I gotta say.
We are on my typical sun pace, by the way.
Nice. For 7 sunflowers.
Nice.
What's
This is really nice, actually.
It's safe to say the more sunflowers you have, the better. Sunflowers produce sun, and you need 2,000 sun to beat the level, so...
Yeah, when we get closer...
The more sun, the faster.
When we get closer to the end of the level here, there is a strategy just for consistency where you stop rolling whenever your sun count is equal to 1900 minus X times the amount of sunflowers you have. Is that right?
Yep, that sounds right.
Yep.
And so once Calvin hits that amount of sun, he can safely wait, and it would be, on average, faster than spinning for more.
So for this, with 7 sunflowers, he's waiting for 1,200 sun to stop spinning. So that's how that math works out.
This is a really good level, actually. What's going on?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
That's really
You're
nice.
done. You don't have to do anything. Like I just said.
Wow.
That's really nice, actually. I was a little afraid of this level because I was serious about it potentially taking 8 minutes.
Yeah,
Yes,
this is
that is an actual range.
This is marathon luck.
I think I've seen this level take like 10 minutes before.
I think my worst was like 9.5 minutes. So.
My consistent average for this level in all of the 100% runs I've done and all of my all mini games attempts has been like 9 minutes. I've never had a good slot machine in a 100% run.
Yeah, so nice level. Wrapping it up quickly. I mean, it's a boring level. We're just trying to stall out the zombies so they don't overwhelm us, and we're trying to get 2,000 sun so we can finish the level.
Yeah, you can see
that sun jackpot made things very, very quick.
Yeah, you can see at the end there some bucket heads started trickling in, so it's easy to see it. You can get overwhelmed eventually.
If you guys were worried about like understanding the 50% rule, we have the poster child of the 50% rule. Welcome to Walnut Bowling. The gimmick is your bowling. This entire level is dictated by triggering 50% rule with lucky bounces and explodo nuts. If you don't get enough explodo nuts, you're going to be struggling in this level.
Interesting spawns here.
Very interesting spawns here.
Newspaper.
Like one cone head in a wave of 2 cone heads to trigger the 50% rule.
I don't want to trigger it off these newspapers because the only like weird exception to the 50% rule is zombies with shields. So those are screen doors and those are newspaper zombies. Their shield does not count for like full HP. It counts for 20%.
Bad bounces.
Ricochet into. Oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
It's also worth mentioning that the speed of the walnut when you throw it and
random.
the direction it bounces into,
It's all random.
both of those are random.
It will be noted that nice explodos.
It's
good
also a
timing.
15% chance to get an exploder nut.
Yeah.
Which is basically a cherry bomb but for walnuts.
And the walnuts do want to go towards the center. That is, like, they are more likely to, I believe. At least from the
I think we
outside, there's a
saw that.
100% chance.
they'll weight it like
Yeah,
that.
it's weighted to go towards the center. Obviously, unless it's in the center. Not bad. Not bad, Explodo. But let's hope you get some more.
Yeah, right.
Like, you know,
Typically, what
any at all
happens
would
is
be
we get a good slot machine, and we get a bad walnut bowling.
Yeah, Calvin has notorious walnut luck.
I have made several YouTube videos about it. Let's get 7 for the entire level.
Oh, snipe. Oh, what a snipe. Oh,
nice.
That was skillful. That was skillful.
Typically, we want like 5 exploder nuts at this point, so this is
Struggling.
This is less than ideal.
this is fine.
I think you can live.
I think we'll be fine.
It's very possible to just die in this level.
Don't remind me of that now.
That's not for you. That's for the folks out there. Death is a real and legitimate possibility here.
Here's the plan. There is no plan.
Yeah, fair. I guess do you just let those 2 rows go now?
This is getting overwhelming, yeah.
Please trigger.
It's okay to slow the
Yes,
level down
okay.
here a little bit because that lessens our chance of death by giving us some more walnuts to work with. Yeah, so ideally we have Explodos here because what Calvin has done is he's used 2 mowers, which mean that zombies cannot spawn in that row. Well, they have a very, 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 very low chance of spawning in that row for the next 2 waves, which would mean that an Explodo nut essentially just covers everything. The only time that rule is not true is if all of the mowers are gone at once. Then the rule stops being true. Interesting spawn here. I love how this is going.
We're gonna have one.
But we're having to use so many mowers because of the lock.
That's so unfortunate. I think we just wait it out.
Yeah.
I think that's the safest play.
Yeah, so what happened here is that more of the health was down here than it was in that top part. So he did not
probably, like,
trigger the 50% roll.
55% of the health is down there.
Yeah. So the 50% roll is kind of like there's more of a range. So there's just, a good chance that he rolled both a bad arrangement and a bad 50% roll.
Yeah, it ranges from 35 to 50%.
Yeah. And which normally doesn't matter because we're aiming to do 50% because we don't know what it's going to be. So we just aim to do 50% anyway.
So our final wave is going to be all 5 lanes, which is very annoying.
I think it's safe to say we want an exploder nut.
Yeah, so an ideal
Even.
version of the end of this level is Calvin lets go of a mower 2 waves before the final flag, so on wave 8. And then he gets an Explodo nut to be able to kill all of the zombies in the final wave at the same time. That's the ideal scenario here. Hey, there's one.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, that's
All right, 4 nuts and we're done.
There's pretty much no chance of death now.
3 nuts and we're done.
0 nuts.
And there we
Nice.
go. That was fairly close.
That was a rough
Wow.
level, but guess what? It wasn't even that bad.
Yeah, no, that's on
What was
par.
the time?
It was a 5:32.
Really?
That's not bad.
Yeah, first flag was really good,
For what happened.
all things considered. Welcome
Wow.
to It's Raining Seeds. This level
The fumes from opener.
is probably one of the highest RNG levels in the run, and it is also one of the
longest.
longest. It's
By
4
far.
flags. It's really hard to do consistent speed, and it's also one of the highest skill caps because of just the sheer randomness you have to deal with.
You have access to almost every plant in the game, but you get given them at random, for better and for worse.
You can't get Umbrella Leaf.
Yeah, no. As much as the wiki wants to claim, it's not possible.
That is a rumor that is too common, and I don't know how it started.
We were setting the record straight now here at GDQ Hotfix, October 23rd,
We have
2023.
access to the source code. The Umbrella Leaf doesn't spawn on this level.
Now that we got that out of the way, Calvin could very easily get screwed over here. I've gotten like 7 lily pads in a row and no firepower to begin the level. And that's not really uncommon, I'd say.
Did you catch my 10.5 minute level?
Oh,
That
dude, my
died.
average for this is like 11.
It was rough.
Dude, a planturn this early is actually great. So we technically have full information right now, if you think about it. So we have that whole bottom area revealed, and we can see all the zombies that spawn in the top row. So if we ever hear a zombie being attacked that we can't see, we know by process of elimination where that zombie is. So right now, with this single planturn, we have full information. Beautiful.
I don't typically plant them here, but since it's protected by a tall
Yeah.
net. And for the content, had to put it there.
Yeah.
Catapults are really nice in this level too because there's screen door zombies, which makes fumes and catapults very nice to have. And also a magnet, but well, we got a planturn, we could get a magnet too. The marathon seems to, the event seems to be giving.
Yeah.
The game knows we're being watched.
Yeah,
A lot of people.
GDQ runs for PvZ love to give good RNG. That's what I've noticed. At the last time we did this for It's Raining Seeds.
By the way, that plant Calvin just got does nothing.
Okay, now we actually have
It's a
full
marigold.
information.
It just gives you coins, and we don't need money in this
Yeah, we have
round.
a
Anyone's
maxed
noticed,
account.
I have like 800,000 coins on this profile. I think we're okay without.
And I'm fairly sure you got that legitimately as well.
On my old computer, it was legitimate.
Yeah.
This computer
Oh,
was
right.
not.
Everyone's got their account. Everyone's got their legitimate account where they 100%ed it.
Well,
Oh man,
that sucks.
that is a bungee zombie, and it just takes things.
Yeah.
It steals things like a lava.
Ideally, that targets the marigold. You can get marigold and garlic in this level, which we mostly just call bungee fodder.
Slapstick comedy, baby.
And there's a bucket head. We would hope to have a magnet swim for this, since it can instantly deal with the metal on the bucket, which is most of its health. We don't have that right now. We're gonna have to just
Calvin, put it in front
wait.
of the snow peak so it can be
I
better.
might actually do that. I'm glad I waited.
Wow.
Oh,
so
better
glad.
decision
good.
by just waiting.
That's so much better than a meme.
This is what it looks like to have. How many attempts did I have before my computer gave up on me? 2,800 or something.
Something like
How many of
that.
those
Too
runs
many.
died in the RNG 7 though?
Like 90%.
On G7 being like the first 7 levels, which we put as the heaviest RNG levels so that we can get resets in quicker.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's where we're at
that's
right
really
now.
nice. Yeah, that's why we start with slot machine, because slot machine is the
Literally-
definition of the most RNG heavy level.
Literally a slot machine.
Oh, that sucks. This is why I don't normally plant ice shrooms. All the zombies in the next wave are frozen off screen. But now they're gonna take their time.
Except for that
Saying
one
hello.
because it got warmed up by the torchwood, which is nice.
True.
Yeah, that's a neat interaction.
Well, bye.
Oh man, again?
Ooh, okay. Melon pole. Where? Your bottom's pretty stacked. Everything's pretty stacked. This is really good firepower.
Yeah, pool's protected, everything. We just need a magnet.
You're
right?
rolling a lot of bungees.
Yeah. This level will look very different on every playthrough because of how much randomness
how
there
long
is.
it is and how much could happen. There's so much variance in this level.
Different choices are better and worse depending on the RNG.
Yeah, so there's like a sort of guide for this level. It's more of an outline of like if you. Okay, Calvin just got a magnet. So that's cool.
Pumpkin.
Hopefully,
we're fine. We have
he's
fire.
able to protect it because we need to keep that magnet. It saves too much
That
time.
magnet could give us some football helmets or buckets or screen doors. Save a lot of time. There's a screen door right there.
Seeing
Look, it
it
just
in
saved
action.
time.
Because
Yeah.
now we can hit all of those zombies right there instead of waiting for one that's in front of all of them. Starfruit. I think you
Starfruit.
have an optimal starfruit spot too, right?
3 plantains is a little much.
No, it's
but
it's
if a bungee
exactly enough.
seals, if a bungee seals one of them, we'll still have sight though.
I don't know what you're talking about. 3 is how many I go for in the speedrun, you know? Okay, well,
Sometimes magnet will be a little inconvenient and get something that was part of the previous wave and doesn't count towards the current wave's
yeah.
HP.
Ooh, nice cherry bomb. Ooh,
Wow. Every wave answer
Okay,
I've
this is
gotten
fine
has
now.
been used late.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's a lot of screen doors.
Good for us. We do have the cabbage pult working on them in the bottom. Wow, that is a lot of screen doors. And the spike.
Wow.
And the spike weed also is very helpful for these screen doors.
Yeah, spikeweed, all the catapults. Okay, that's just
Oh, no.
my. Oh no.
Oh,
That actually makes row 5 a little
That's-
sus.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore.
Never mind. We
You,
How did you get
Okay, Sean,
3
take that
melon
walnut.
bullets? So for context, melon pult is the only plant in the game designed for specifically New Game Plus, like, and beyond, because you get it on the last level. There's only one level for you to try it on, so it's more geared towards New Game Plus. It's very powerful. Not really for the speedrun whenever you have to pay for it, just because there's better options for the same cost, but it's still a powerhouse.
Yeah, if you can get it for free, then it's the best plan of the game.
Yeah. We'll see that in another level as well. Oh no!
I am slightly scared for the health of this magnet.
can you, like, abduct it?
Nice. Hey, look, another planter. Calvin, quick, the meme.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if the game's gonna give them to me,
Yeah,
we're gonna
might
keep
as well.
planting them.
yeah. I mean,
Yes, okay, cool. We should be able to get that. Never
Oh
mind.
no, anyway.
I was
oh,
gonna say you should hold on to that. Oh, never
That's
mind,
alright.
it doesn't matter.
Oh,
It's
nice.
the same wave. Oh, hey, look, I've seen this wave before.
So
Yeah, I've seen-
in the bottom row, the magnet actually doesn't reach down there.
Which is real unfortunate. A garlic would be nice.
Yeah.
Oh, squash. Squash
Oh,
is...
that's like the one plantain where it does actually kind of hurt.
Doesn't matter.
Oh.
We're just gonna dunk on them.
The counterport has the ability to stun it, and that's enough to get enough damage to kill it.
Oops.
I love watching bungees
Yep.
get dunked on. Well, this is gonna be
Sorry,
a
Calvin,
Marigold. We
your
need
money
actual damage
production.
down there.
Guys, I think we'll be okay.
Calvin, your money production's gone.
I don't know. Risky play there, Calvin.
Calvin, now you're gonna be like 50
Now, what we're
gold
hoping
short
for
now.
here is a Doom Shroom so we can just wipe the screen.
And Doomshroom. Nope,
If we
that's a
don't
little
get
bad
that,
sign.
what is
well,
that?
there goes my my magnet.
I have actually
it's
never
alive.
seen 3 football zombies spawn in that final wave.
Calvin trying
Oh,
to
wait.
stall the football zombie like he didn't have a potato mine there.
Is this in range of the Starfruit? No, it is not. That's lame. Blober, do something.
Squash. Squash. How Pena works.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, good.
there we go. There we go.
Yeah,
Hey
sometimes.
guys, let's look at rake routing.
Sometimes the final wave can just be
Yep.
really boring if you happen to have to take it slow like that. You're just like, come on, final wave.
Come on, you can do it. So welcome to Invisible. This level is probably one of the worst to speedrun.
Someone
The
forgot all
gimmick
the
is that the
zombies.
conveyor belt is slow. The gimmick is the conveyor is slow. I mean, it's the zombies are invisible, obviously, but the real gimmick is that the conveyor is slow. The plants that you get are very weak. Like you have pea shooters and kernel pult, and kernel pult does 0.625 of the DPS of a pea shooter, which is not great. It does 60% of a pea shooter's damage. Your best instant is a squash. You have ice shroom on this level because the whole gimmick is like, oh, you should be able to see the zombies, when they're frozen. Well, that's not. It doesn't do that much damage. And we have walnuts because you stall them, you see the walnuts taking damage. This level is very, very frustrating to speedrun sometimes. But we have enough firepower. Let's talk a bit about game mechanics. The 50% rule still applies, even though we can't see anything. Go figure. It's Plants vs. Zombies. Something we have not talked about yet, though, is conveyor belt manipulation. Sion, you have the floor.
All right, so you may notice we haven't actually planted any of our lily pads yet. So the point of that is to try to prevent us from getting more lily pads than we need. The game will stop giving you lily pads at the same rate if you have 3 or more of them on the conveyor belt. At 4 of them, you get around a 1% chance of getting a 5th lily pad. Now, of course, it's a bit into the middle of the run.
I didn't think we were gonna get 4 walnuts. Okay.
Oh yeah. Walnuts are another good thing to manipulate as well because they don't deal damage. I am being proven wrong by the game.
5
This is
walnuts.
embarrassing.
That's crazy. Listen, okay,
It's not quite.
just
Not
because
quite
it
a 1%.
Just because it happened doesn't mean the chance is wrong.
So it's a variable chance depending on what the plants are.
Yeah,
It's
it drops the
around
weight
1
down to
point
1.
something percent.
So
Yeah,
it's a 1 to 2%.
I actually did an all mini games attempt recently, and I died in both walnut bowling and invisible. So this level can be very, very mean. It's being pretty nice to Calvin right now. He at least has
also, you are able to hear bucket heads, and that's how Calvin is able to squash them, because pea shooters will hit them and it will make like a metallic clink noise.
Yeah, so if you guys listen, you can hear the difference as well between the normal zombie cone head and the bucket head. Other zombies in this level later will be the dolphin zombie, the Jack in the Box zombie, and the Zomboni, but the bobsled team will never spawn, even if there's an ice trail all the way to the end of your lane.
Which thank them so much for that.
Oh, that would be terrible. You would never be able to tell. You would never be able to tell that they came down that lane until they reach the mower, essentially. Yeah, oh my god, balloon zombies. How would you do it? Other than the sound, that's it. Unless they provided you with blowover, that'd be it. That'd be over.
Blowover instead of walnut. Okay, die. This level is so slow.
Yeah, this is a 2 flag level, by the way, and it's probably gonna be as long as it's raining seeds, which is a 4 flag level, as we've established.
Where's the metal, dude?
There.
I heard it.
I think
it's there. You just can't see it.
Yeah, it got hit for like a second. Oh, that one. Yeah.
Oh, it's top room.
Okay.
Yeah, when there are so many zombies, it is rather difficult to tell.
Yeah, you kind of have to, by process of elimination, watch the peas as they go and listen for the sound to line up.
Dolphin Rider zombies are the ones that are jumping into the water and jumping over the walnuts. Those are one of the best zombies to get because pea shooters can target them immediately, so there's not like previous waves taking up the peas that are aimed at the current wave.
And it will be really nice if we see 2 of those in the final wave as well, because then we can deal with the entire pool without even needing to even think about it. by letting the dolphin zombies go all the way to the pool cleaners at the end. And they do it very quickly, so it's not slow.
Top room.
Nice. I think that's your Jack in the Box right there.
Goodbye.
Yep.
Oh, yep.
Yep.
Yeah, the pea shooters
So
don't
when
really
they
do
explode
damage
is
fast
random. Theoretically, the fastest they can explode is
enough.
actually
Yeah, don't remind me.
faster than the minimum wave
Don't
time.
remind me.
So it can be fast if they explode quickly.
But it can also be absolutely devastating.
Yes, if it explodes late, then your pea shooters are in trouble. The pea shooters that you worked so hard for because of how slow the conveyor is.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's actually significantly better to keep your plants alive than it is to get fit to manipulate
Yeah.
things.
That was
that was
very
almost
close.
2 kernel pulls. Yikes.
To be fair, they're just kernel
I mean, they
bolts.
are just kernel pulls. However, against a bucket head, they're almost invaluable.
True. Because of the chance for them to
Yeah,
stun.
that stall chance is really powerful here, just because we only have weak plants and squash to deal with these. Squash is not
And
a
two
weak plant,
dolphin
not by
riders.
any definition. Squash is so good.
Oddball's asking about the 9th wave mechanic. Does Easy Pig want to explain that?
All right. Well, the 9th wave is well, this is actually the 19th wave here. Every wave, you only have to deal 50% of the health to progress to the next one, except for the 9th, 19th, 29th, and 39th waves. As seen in 4th flag levels.
Oh, by the way, trick coming
I
up.
missed it.
Oh,
Yeah, so
yeah, that was a little too early.
that
It was
trick-
late. I could have gone for it, but
that trick will allow us to make there be no ambush zombies spawn in the pool. But as you can see, they did splash up, so he missed the trick. But the 9th wave rule is that you do have to kill all the zombies in that wave in order to spawn the huge wave. The huge wave, only the 50% rule applies. Unless it's the final wave, then you have to kill all the zombies that remain to end the level. Yeah, shovel claws.
And there we go.
Shovel claws wave
Nice.
for every big flag.
welcome
Yep.
to Dr. Zomboss's Revenge. This level was very fun. Casually.
Someone was practicing on this file earlier.
The one who gave it away. Haha, nothing like the autosave get to expose me like that. The whole gimmick of Zomboss Revenge is you're doing 510, but he has a lot more HP. And so what this comes down to in the speed run is damage cycles. So we're going to try to beat Zomboss in 4 cycles. He'll come down 4 times. Ideally, we beat the level. It's not guaranteed. You can 3 cycle. You can also 5 cycle. We'll see. What we're not going to see is what I will refer to as the bus cycle. We don't want to see infinite buses because Zomboss can do that actually. If you're between about 20 to 50% HP, and you're in that between multiple damage cycles, Zomboss has the chance to just throw infinite buses, and we don't want that. That sounds slow.
Banana
So instead,
loves this level.
Banana loves this level.
He said it in chat right now. He just said it.
Yo,
So, yeah, when Zomboss pulls his head down, we're just gonna put a jalapeno down and an ice cream down in that order. Deals damage to him and freezes him, so we have more time to just keep doing that combo. That combo is the life and blood of this minigame.
Yeah, and it is better to do the jalapeno and then ice shroom to get him out of the frozen state, because if you freeze a frozen zombie, it's less effective than if you freeze an unfrozen zombie, and that's true for Zomboss as well.
I used the jalapeno there because I want to stay under 20% damage. I probably could have got away with pushing for a 3 cycle, but I haven't practiced it, so
Yeah, we'll stay
we're not
safe.
gonna do anything risky. Well, that risky anyway.
Belt's going all full, but it's not always terrible.
Yeah.
It's usually better.
Yeah, it's also worth mentioning that we're trying to conveyor manipulate the flower pots.
And also, now that we have 2 slots open on our field, the chance for all catapults has been dramatically reduced. So by manipulating the flower pots, we essentially only have the jalapeno and ice shroom in the pool in terms of actually being able to draw things consistently.
You were saying.
As I was saying, I did say dramatically reduced odds, not 0.
That's a theme with Plants vs. Zombies. Nothing will reduce the chance of anything completely.
I swear this game has microphone access because it lives to spite me.
Oh,
It's actually more valuable to keep your flower pots than it is to keep your catapults whenever he does bungees. We don't want to get rid of our manipulation because it might come back to bite us in the rear at the wrong time. We don't want to do that.
it's almost always better to keep that than it is to get another plant.
Unfortunately, we lost a melon port in the bottom.
F in chat for the melon pult, for the row 5, column 1 melon pult, or 9, depending on whatever you want to call it. Not bad rolls. Nice melon pult.
Well, this is the
Ice
most
shroom?
important damage cycle, so
Nice.
we need ice shrooms, please. You know what? Double jalapeno isn't a bad note to land on.
3 triple
Ooh,
jalapeno.
like 80%?
Yeah, that's not bad.
So-
I can't complain.
You can definitely
Just
manage.
good bust, please.
You can floor cycle from this, it's possible.
Yo, good
Oh
bust!
my god, the best
That
buzz.
is the best bus.
Literally not.
Okay, so that
and
could have
demon
destroyed half of our plants, and it didn't, so we're very thankful for that.
Thank you, Zombus.
It's
Additionally, whenever he does throw a bus, it does lead to a longer cycle,
it's a
so
bad luck. Every time
we have planted all of our flower pots because we are going to get them all back by the time he puts his head
You know,
down.
guys, I think we just need to start doing all of our speedruns at marathons and other events because obviously PVZ has really good RNG during those.
She likes to show off.
We have our flower pots now.
Don't explode.
Hey, Calvin, no more zombies in your bottom row. Isn't that great?
Yo! I didn't
Yeah, no
realize
more
that was
zombies
gone.
are going to spawn there.
Yeah, and so how that works is like the mower manipulation in the other levels here, it's instead of for 2 waves, it's for 100 waves, which is well over the amount of waves that are practically left in the
Oh,
level.
well. That was rude. We're just gonna...
Oh, it works.
There we
That
go.
works too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were expecting
There you
an
go.
ice shroom to make it safer,
You
but
just got more damage.
sure.
I
level.
love this game. It's so fun. I love it. Just everything changes all the time.
Welcome to the sequel of Walnut Bowling. Except this one's actually not a bad
It's so
level
much better.
because Walnut Bowling did not have conveyor manipulation due to it having only 2 plants. This does have conveyor manipulation because there are 3 plants: the walnut, the exploder nut, and the giant walnut.
Also, did you just do
So
the
we're not
dance
going to be
code?
using...
Yeah, it
Oh
resets
yeah,
zombie speed.
dance code was used. It resets zombie speeds,
So we saved a
which are
little time.
randomized.
But yeah, we're
So yeah, when-
this level's gonna turn into us just throwing explodo nuts.
Yep, explodo nuts and the occasional
Yeah.
giant walnut.
I'm
Okay,
playing on Game of the Year version. Or not Game of the Year, OG version, so we will see the Michael Jackson zombie.
Okay.
We don't actually want to see Michael.
Ever.
Michael is slow.
Michael is slow.
Michael is slow. And the reason he's slow is because he spawns those backup dancers. And backup dancers end up eating our explodo nut shots. So we don't want to see Michael.
And they do not
If we
count
do see
towards
Michael-
the wave at all. The
Yeah.
only time that they count is at the end of the level.
If we do see Michael, we want to kill him.
If we see Michael,
In a video game.
if we see Michael, he needs to.
Hey, you know what? Like I said, this is a Halloween themed version of the
really.
bargain bin. So it's Michael Myers.
Yeah.
It's just,
We'll
it's just
say it's Michael
Michael.
Myers.
It's just Michael Myers in cosplay. How about that?
Yeah.
If we see Michael Myers, he has to die.
Oh, there
That's
he is.
Michael Myers.
That's
him.
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's just how we deal with him.
Listen, they're all zombies. They're all zombies.
He was so
They're
fast,
No longer
I thought he
people.
was going.
Whatever personalities they had are gone. They're zombies now.
Yeah.
It's not really him. It's not really him, guys. I
Well,
promise.
that's
Oh,
awkward.
No, it's.
I mean,
it's Michael
there's
Myers.
two of them.
Yeah.
How can you believe that's
Okay,
real?
so Calvin did get the glitch on one of those. He killed
Oh yeah.
He killed the top one as it was spawning the zombies. So all of the zombies that were being spawned popped out of the ground where they were supposed to be and then fell over and died because I guess for some reason the game just considers them all dead. If you kill the Michael Jackson zombie at the same
they are
frame.
all dead. They're all zombies.
Undead. Yeah, undead to dead. Doesn't make much sense. This level, a lot of the time, can end up just being faster than Wanna Bowling 1. Just because of the conveyor manip.
Yeah.
Don't mind me trying to throw one of our.
I shudder to think
walnuts.
of all of the runs that were done before this was discovered.
People throwing regular walnuts all willy-nilly, like it's the Wild West. You know, how they had the giant walnuts and the regular
Wanna Bowling
walnuts
2 used to be one of the RNG7 levels.
Now it's
Actually,
it's still there, but it's still RNG. Like obviously it's not
Yeah.
RNG, but much more
It
consistent.
is one of the more consistent RNG levels.
so I just dumped the mower. Well, that's rude. I dumped the mower because it forces all the waves to
This
spawn within these
situation is not what we want.
two lanes.
Oh, this is going to be really satisfying, chat. Make sure to watch this one.
I had to mess it up. Sorry.
Dang it,
Oh.
Calvin. You know what? I got boo Calvin and
For the
Cat.
sake of speed.
Calvin and Cat.
Calvin.
What am I saying? Boo Calvin in chat though. Like actually. I'm just kidding.
It's just complete silence and then just that. You know?
This gets both of them.
He was actually serious about that one.
No, like seriously, guys. I would never. I would never.
Get him.
Ever.
Get him. Yeah.
I would never incite bullying. That's. I wouldn't do that.
Save this for top row. We need more big nuts.
But Jalvin? Hey, people. See, Calvin. People are booing you in chat. That's crazy.
I wonder if they were told to.
Guys, that's
Man,
really
I
not
guess
cool. You guys shouldn't do that.
They're just saying boo earns.
Yeah.
Pig is gaslighting.
No, I'm not. What is that? What's
Welcome to Pogo Party.
What is
Fun
gaslighting?
fact.
What are you saying? That's not anything. That isn't
Fun
a thing.
fact. I played a pretty big role in developing the strategy for this level.
Oh, I love this
but I am
strat.
not.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love this strat so much.
It's gonna look scary. I promise. It can go wrong, but it probably won't.
Yeah.
So the story of the strat is that a man named Yajax posted a individual level strat or a strategy that he thought was only viable for an individual level. And I saw and I went, hey, wait a minute. What if we can adapt it into an actual run? And so that's exactly what we did. And so I played a pretty big role in that. I did not figure out the strat first. I just figured out the first flag. The current world record holder, the Limb Banana, figured it out. Way better than I did. To the point that I'm like, Banana, help, this level's bad.
Banana, I know you're in the chat.
But the level of
Hi,
the
Banana.
gimmick of this level is that there are Pogo zombies, and there's only Pogo zombies and basic zombies, but mostly Pogo zombies. And I hate them. They killed my hundo run.
They did.
It was the
did.
last wave of
It's a
hard
historic
survival roof, and I lost 20
The
minutes.
last wave
last
of the last level of the 100% run. It was 8 hours in.
I still hurt.
Yeah,
I still hurt from it. But
So here we're basically just gonna set squashes up in every row, and now, based on average spawn RNG, they should spawn in a very satisfying order here, so that we can just take care of all of them.
It's worth noting that whenever a zombie spawns in a row, that low is less likely to have spawns in it, but about 2 waves.
No, I think you're good. Nope. That's sad.
That is a little bit of trolling.
That is literally the only situation where things can go wrong.
Yeah. See, optimally that would have spawned in the other row with our already prepared squash.
You know, I'm seeing all these zombies on the pogo sticks, and I have to wonder, in all seriousness, I haven't seen a pogo stick in a long time. Are they still around? Like, not trolling, actual serious question.
I have not seen one at all.
Okay, so the last time I saw one was whenever I was over at my my cousin's house, and we were in their garage, and they pulled out a pogo stick, and we're like, "Hey, do you guys want to try this?" And we were all terrible at it, and we never tried it again.
So you learn from your mistakes, huh?
Yeah. So
I want to ask Chat that. Chat, when was the last time
people do sport
you've
pogos?
seen an actual pogo stick?
Real pogo stick, real, not clickbait.
So yeah, by the way, these purple mushrooms are gloom shrooms. They are the most busted plant in the game. I can't believe they're like this.
No, seriously.
It is like a 3x3 area of so much damage.
They deal a P shot of damage with all of those hits, and you see how they hit 4 times every time they shoot. Need I say more?
It is equivalent to 2 repeaters
For only
in a 3x3 area with Pierce.
infinite pierce.
Oh, that's what should have happened. That's what should have happened when the squash targeted.
Too bad.
So they're not quite enough to kill these pogo zombies, but the split P's help because it's 1 P shot in the front, 2 P shots in the back, and pogos just jump over plants, so there's that synergy.
We've tried to use Starfruit on this level. It doesn't work.
Satan in chat said so much so Jordan Kerr removed them in his mod.
Speaking of, someone in chat just went off and said they haven't seen a pogo stick in about and like they've never seen one, but about a month ago they saw an individual in a suit on a unicycle.
Yo!
Interesting.
Last time I've seen someone with a unicycle was in high school.
People are real interesting.
There should totally be a unicycle zombie.
What would the unicycle zombie do, Sion? I want to know. What's your balancing pitch here?
It would just run past your plants.
It would just fall over and die on its own.
Every frame it has a chance to fall over and die, and the chance gets increased every frame. All right, and so Calvin has been counting
Calvin
waves
dooming here for the 9th wave.
Honestly, I wasn't counting.
Calvin has not been counting.
Oh, you just have that ultra instinct. Sorry about that, Gloom. It's the final wave. It doesn't matter.
Calvin's just good like that, so he doomed on the 9th wave. And Calvin, unfortunately, is not good enough to get a good zombie speed spawns on the end there. Unfortunate. Get better RNG,
Sadly.
get good skill issue.
Hey guys,
Anyway, welcome to Call Him Like You See Him.
do you like synergy?
I have...
This level's all about synergy.
Listen, in my splits, I have this level, it's just called Call Them. And every time I see it, I just get reminded of call her. I should call her. Yeah, so remember how we said when melon pults are free, they're awesome?
This is an example of that.
Just enjoy this.
So
Yeah.
the actual strategy of this level is get lucky and get jalapenos.
I actually almost died in
yeah.
this level in my all mini games run the other day.
I saw that live.
It
Yeah.
was crazy. If I didn't get
Yeah.
jalapeno on the last wave, I would have just died.
So yeah, jalapenos, what they do is kill every zombie in that row. And the gimmick of this level is every plant gets planted in all 5 rows. Screen wipe.
Yep.
I see that cat jam in chat. That is the correct thing to say.
Jalapenos are so good in this level. We want to see them. We want to see them all the time. So there's some guaranteed wave spawns. So there's going to be the ladder wave. Also, if you look at the bottom of the screen, you see the wave tracker started us off on a huge wave. They probably, that's probably how they had to do it. This is one of our guaranteed waves here, the ladder wave. Calvin got a third row.
Yeah, this is actually the most deterministic level in the game.
Yeah, getting a third
there
row
are some waves that are just determined.
Getting a third row melon pulse really sets
For example,
you good here. And this Jack in the Box will always be the 9th and 19th wave here. Or 19th and 29th, I guess.
It basically means you don't have to put any mental energy into counting.
Which is great. Yeah, you can go, all right, halfway point, ladder, cool. All right.
All this talk about jalapenos and Jack in the Box is making me hungry.
Oh wait, okay, watch this. Calvin is actually going to manipulate the Gargs here into missing their intended target. So the tall nut actually has a wider hitbox than the plantain underneath it. And the pumpkin, if you had pumpkins on top of them, the pumpkin has an even wider hitbox than that. So the guard can potentially swing 3 times on the same spot and still not hit its target.
And here come the ladders. This is always the 6th wave in the set of 10.
Please, jalapeno.
Yeah, we don't want to
We
waste
have a jalapeno, but that's going to be for the 19th wave and not the 20th wave, so we need one more.
Yeah,
I can't double squash because of the Gargs.
Right.
I'm just going to have to pepper and pray.
Okay, another row of melon pulse.
Ooh, well,
All right.
I think we just wait for the magnet to do its thing.
And decimated. That normal zombie did not deserve to take 4 melons to the head. He was just
Cruel and unusual punishment. So this,
there it is.
Oh, in the nick of time.
Wow.
Nice.
Well, Thundering Typhoon 2, thank you for telling us to use jalapeno. It worked.
True. So, welcome to Portal Combat. This level is bad.
Another conveyor belt level.
So the gimmick is that these portals spawn, and if the peas go through the portal, they'll target the zombie on the other side. The problem is that the minimum spawn distance for a zombie to spawn in the same row as a portal is 4 tiles, and that is really not enough tiles to deal with football zombies. So this level can be really dangerous. This level can also be crazy powerful.
Yeah,
it's also worth mentioning zombies can go through the portals as well.
Yeah, so a really unfortunate thing that could happen is a football zombie could spawn and there could be a row without a mower in it, and then the portals could move, and it could move that portal in front of the football zombie and put it in your row that doesn't have a mower, putting you in danger of death immediately. It's out of your hands. So we'll hope to not see that.
I mean, we're just gonna.
This is one of those levels where you can have a really good run. The portals move. It is now the worst run.
Yeah, now your run's over.
Torchwood. That's not a Torchwood game.
Could be though, if you imagine it hard enough. Is it a Torchwood yet?
No, just picture this.
Is it a Torchwood now, Calvin?
Sadly, no.
So,
all right, here's our first relocation.
I believe the portals relocate at specific times every time.
Good. This is literally the best I've seen. In all of my D-Rust.
Essentially, it removes the portal from the equation.
Yeah. Now we have another row that things can spawn in as well, so the HP will be more spread out.
Yep.
Torchwood. All these cactus.
Yeah, Torchwood is a possible plant you can get, and we do want it. We're not lying when we say we can get Torchwood. There we go.
There we go. And by putting a walnut in this ninth row here, ninth column here, we can start getting splash damage on zombies that spawn a lot quicker because it splashes into that tile, and they are considered in that tile. immediately upon their hitbox being activated.
Where are the portals gonna go, and is it gonna be terrible?
What?
That's just kind of the same situation, but a little better.
I think it.
Whoa, hey, hold up. Hold on.
Never mind. Never
Wait, that's
mind.
terrible.
Oh no!
I'm like,
Yeah,
That is strange.
yeah, this is not good. This is actually an exactly 4-tile long row. With a cactus, a repeater, torchwood, and a walnut.
this is the best we can do.
This is what I was talking about.
this is-
We had a pretty good level.
This is the perfect.
Now it's bad.
This is the perfect row to deal with every threat eventually. It has one of every plant. The cactus will kill any balloon zombie before it gets past the walnut, and the walnut will stop football zombies and bucket heads. Still not great though.
Oh, we don't have a cactus in this room. I'm actually just going to cherry that for safety.
what?
Oh no!
No, it's fine. No zombies can spawn there anymore.
no!
If anything,
Yeah, but
you
we
should
still
let
have the
them- If
one.
anything, you should let them go.
But maybe not yet. Maybe it can be used. Actually, no. Maybe it can't be used for the final wave because it just goes through a portal.
Yeah, it'll just go through the portal that.
He's
is-
ninth wave.
Is a 1-tile row.
I was part of that wave.
See, told you should have let him go.
Well, that was funny, but just don't spawn there.
They can't. Lucky for us. The portals move on timed intervals here, right?
Yes.
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 I forget what the intervals are, but that is correct.
Yeah, so by going faster in this level, you can see less portal movements. Like right
That was
there.
rough.
Right there, we just missed out on another portal move. All right, Bobsled Bonanza, I like this strat.
This strat is dumb,
This-
and this seed
it's,
selection is even dumber.
Yeah, it's real funny.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into this strat. Just so many exploits, pretty much,
Yeah, so
of the game's normal mechanics.
the only things that can spawn on this level are the Zombonis, the bobsleds, and during a big wave, or if there are no ice trails, basic zombies. And we are going to abuse that by having a very tiny ice trail with the rest of the lanes covered by spike rocks. And we're going to force the game to spawn either Zombonis into our spike rocks or spawn their bobsleds into our kill row for them. And the funny part is that when the bobsled breaks, it triggers the 50% rule. So this level will be very fast and will be very satisfying.
As long as the first flag goes well. That's the asterisk.
Yeah, the first flag is really the hardest part of
This
this
is
after it
literally
becomes
unfortunate.
a little automated.
Yeah. The first flag is getting up sun production and setting up your manip and like everything. So
That is unusual.
double spawn. I mean, it's not like, and we can already get the row if you really want, but
Stop.
okay,
Knock it off.
okay, cool.
You're on GDQ, behave.
Yeah, when the bobsled breaks like that, that's 50%
Yeah, okay.
wool.
See, this is what we want
'Cause
to
it's
see.
half of
Oh,
the
no.
This is what we would like
HP.
to see.
our
Unfortunately, they
sunflower
did go
row.
in our sunflower row, but we have this much safer sunflower row up top now that we know we'll never get any bobsleds in. So this is now a perfectly safe row to plant sunflowers in up there. And bobsled bottom row. Bobsled bottom row. Nope. Okay. Oh, that's good. Ideally, in some of these cases, we get a bobsled team hitting the mower right as like a Zomboni spawns, or right
nice.
here as the
Hog.
bobsled spawns,
Let's go.
because that's a much faster
Nice.
50% rule than waiting for them to go all the way to the end of the row.
We're hoping for a Zamboni in row 5, everybody.
I believe that's 9th wave.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Oh, it's not 9th wave. I don't know, I was looking at the wave tracker, which can sometimes tell you what 9th wave is, but sometimes it's deceptive.
Calvin's being greedy.
What?
Being greedy. That's weird. That's not usual for Calvin.
And it paid off. That was actually really good,
Yep.
Greedy. No, Calvin. Good Calvin.
No, he does actually need to save that
Good
Doom.
Calvin.
I don't know if that triggers the ice trail though. It's a little shorter than usual.
We will see.
I needed to save that Doom though. If there's basic spawns, then this is scuffed. But
Come on.
And there are.
It's
Damn
too
it.
short. Look how many basics spawn. Look how many waypoints it says. It's crazy. We do have cherry bomb though, so hopefully we just get a Zomboni spawn to fix this.
Drat.
Oh no.
Another Doom.
I'm waiting for sun. The Doom got us into this mess. I'm sure it'll get us out.
And you were correct.
Hey,
Finally.
it actually did. Nice.
Yeah, so the reason that didn't work there is because the ice trail was just ever so slightly too short. In fact, you'll see it doesn't even die that much further than it did with the Doom. But now bobsleds will spawn there, so it's fine.
Yeah. So, instant 50% roll because each wave has a minimum time of 6 seconds. You can't go faster than 6 seconds per wave.
All right, now the level will be fast, we promise.
Technical difficulties. Translated poorly to PVZ.
God.
All right. I hope chat's ready for satisfaction because
Yeah, this is
this level's about to be very clean.
1.
1.
Nice.
2. 3. We're counting
Yeah,
for
for
ninth
this,
wave, by the way.
Yeah, it's really important to know what ninth wave is because we're saving cherry bomb for potential bobsleds. Because if you don't kill them on the ninth wave, they get very hard to manage. The hitbox is different when they're in the bobsled compared to when they're outside of the bobsleds. It's favorable when they're in the bobsled for the cherry bomb. So we want to make sure we blow them up at that point rather than later than that.
You got 2 gross Zomboni spawns that luckily you didn't have to reap the consequences of. So if you get that Zomboni spawn and a bobsled in the same row, it can actually ruin that 50% rule that is obtained so easily normally.
1.
Hello, normal zombie.
Well, you're rude. 3.
Yeah, so this is pretty much the rest of the level now. We'll just be listening to Calvin count.
Well, now I'm not going to do it.
4.
5.
Oh. 6.
6. I hate you.
Ooh.
1 in chat. Remember, Calvin? Remember that one?
Oh, yes. I remember 1.
I wonder what wave we're on. I bet Calvin knows.
Yep.
He knew.
I'm just built different.
Remember, guys, Calvin didn't doom on the right wave because he counted. He doomed because he's that good.
That's genuinely true for for Pogo. I doomed early. Oh well. Doesn't matter, never
Doesn't
punish.
matter.
Not too early.
Nice. Nice.
12. All right. Good job, chat. Thanks for helping us
12.
count.
Hey, I used to
Thank
hold
you.
world record in this level.
That's weird. Those zombies look a lot like our plants.
Scion,
Yeah, I wonder if that means there's any weird game mechanics going on here.
Scion, what IELTS have you held
No.
world record in?
I don't even remember this. Yeah, it's. I think at one point Zomboss. I don't remember.
So just like the Star Wars trilogy, we're gonna play the Zombotnies out of order. Because
Oh yeah.
this one is slightly less consistent, so it's higher up in the splits. But it's the one I put way more practice into, so it might look more consistent than the other one. That's fantastic, actually.
Wow, beautiful
Best
spawn.
possible spawn.
Nice.
The
So we want this wave to be stalled so that we can get our sun production up unimpeded.
This is gonna set the precedent for most of our quote-unquote skilled levels. Most of the levels with a typical seed selection will have some combination of gloom, pumpkin, sun, instants like potato, mine, and squash, and then an insta-kill. So the botany will use the chopper because eating things is fast.
Yeah, there's a plant in here that is the tall nut zombie, which has the health of a gargantuar. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember
Yeah.
exactly, but
it
basically.
has the health of a gargantuar, and normally those cannot be eaten by a chomper. However, because it is a normal zombie's model, it just can't, because it's not a garg, so it's a zombie, so it can be eaten. We love that. That's the only thing that saves us from those, because squashes don't insta-kill them, cherry bombs don't insta-kill them, everything else that would normally insta-kill them doesn't, because it affects it like it would a gargantuar.
It's nice though because Chomper is just basically a 7-second insta-kill button
We love
that we will be
Chomper.
using the entire level.
Yep.
We love Chomper in the any percent run as well.
Yeah, Chomper's super duper nice in any percent. I'm actually just gonna agree to Gloom.
I'm glad that, because whenever I played it casually,
Nice.
and I'm sure a lot of you share this sentiment, Chomper felt kind of useless. It just felt way too slow, even for safe strategies. And I tried to use it because it looked cool, but I eventually, worked it out of my strategies. But in the speedrun, it just feels so much better. It feels almost intended.
No squash?
No squash.
No squash.
Okay, looks like you could
Yeah,
have done the
there is a
C9
chance of getting a squash zombie. And what that does is it rushes forward and tries to kill whatever it runs
No.
into. Good example of that.
And that's why we
That
plant
can
column
kill
eight.
our glooms.
That is why we plant column 8 glooms.
Yeah, there's no way to avoid it killing the gloom if it's in column 9. If it's in column 8, we have a split second where we can actually make it hit something else.
Also, if you just saw that Gatling Pea zombie, that is the reason that we have our main sunflower production behind our glooms with the pumpkins on them. Because if we get any Gatling zombies in the top or bottom row, in the top row, you will just see those sunflowers get absolutely
Here's the
deleted.
Tallnut zombie.
And
Bye-bye.
there goes the Tallnut zombie.
Just instant killed.
Another one. Yeah, Tallnuts aren't exactly the worst thing in the world, but when they're back to back, it's hard because the waves spawn too fast for the chomper cooldown. Oh, and there's a jalapeno zombie. It will never live long enough for its effect to work, but beautiful chomper use.
Oh, that's
right there.
convenient.
It'll never
We're
take
just gonna
too
hold
long.
on to that Doom then.
Are
That
you
was
going to
wave
use
9.
it on this?
Yeah, that was
Yeah, we're gonna use it on the big wave.
not a bad wave 9.
Yeah, the best wave 9 that you can get there is a squash zombie and either a tallnut or a walnut zombie. Because you can make the squash zombie take care of itself, and the tallnut walnut is just a chomper.
Nice.
Oh,
There we go.
beautiful. Yeah, so the jalapeno zombie,
Nice,
whenever it
nice.
gets far enough, it does the jalapeno effect, but on your plants instead of the zombies.
And that's 50% wool.
Yeah, I was about to mention that the reason I'm sacrificing some plants is to trigger the 50% roll.
Yeah, because they will die, as you saw there. That top one
Oh,
did
wait.
die
Squash.
as it got through. And obviously they'll just run into the sunflowers if not. But the triggering them dying faster is so helpful. Oh, yep, and there's the Gatling Pea. Now you'll watch the sunflowers just get absolutely decimated. Never mind, Calvin said no.
Calvin had other
Calvin
plans.
said no.
Don't touch them, they're my friends.
They're my sun production.
They're my sun production.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, well that's annoying. I don't think that matters though.
Yeah, I think it might be late enough in the level
Yeah,
for
just-
that to not be
yeah.
horrible.
And then you can just doom.
Oh, this is 9.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
I was like,
Oh, Okay,
So,
so
chat,
that works.
if you guys were paying attention, where can the squash zombie not spawn?
Hey, if you guys were counting at home,
yep, the pool is completely safe.
yep, none of the
It's
plants.
worth noting that tall nuts
Whoa.
have really weird hitboxes, so
Yep, and that's
for example,
that.
Exhibit A.
that was like 90% on screen and not killed.
Wow.
What was the point of the pumpkin around the doom if he was just going to use the doom anyways, the pumpkin being destroyed? The reason for the pumpkin around the doom is because of the Gatling Pea and Pea Shooter zombies. If
Yeah, those are able to kill the doom.
if the pumpkin was on the space in front of it, whenever the Gatling Pea zombie gets into the pool, its head is actually in front of that pumpkin, so it would be damaging the doom and kill it very quickly.
By the way, the gimmick of this level is it's
fast.
twice as fast. Calvin will be putting in a lot of focus.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be hearing too much from him on this level.
Meow.
So I actually
Other than that.
have the unofficial world record for this level, just because it's so choppy and unwatchable that it couldn't really be verified, which is understandable. But
Also unfortunate.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's like 2 or 3 seconds faster than your world record. Is it
My
yours?
world record was
Yeah.
crazy anyway. Thank you, game, for
Okay, that's...
thank you for all the world record practice.
This level is also quite stressful at times.
Yeah.
No, what gives that away?
So the Starfruit is actually the newest addition to this level. It used to be Cattail. And then Scion was like, right, it was you?
Yeah, I think so,
and
yeah.
Scion was like, hey, I like Starfruit, it's my favorite plant. What if we use it on this level? And you'll see
Yeah,
just
and
how good
then-
it is in this level, and how did we not think of it sooner, honestly.
Yeah, I still ponder that question to this day, honestly.
Yeah, so
Because what we used to use cattail, and that plant is not really effective at what we were trying to use it for. Whereas Starfruit just handles what the cattail was weak at.
yeah, and so here you might be yelling at us to put some to put a pumpkin on our pool glooms, but we don't need to, because if you watch those zombies get in the pool, it actually takes them longer to get to the gloom than it does the zombies on the land. As you can see, the zombies on the land take like 2 steps and they're there, but in the pool they have to walk down the lip and into the water. So that much time
Yeah,
with
those
3
pool
glooms
glooms are
worth of
not gonna
damage,
die.
decimate anything that can spawn on this level. Just like you saw that entire huge wave just
Wow.
get absolutely decimated.
Yeah.
This level's so satisfying once you have everything set up, and these Starfruits just dealing so much damage.
I'm also
not even
going
done
for a slightly
These,
more
these
micro
pool
intensive strat.
zombies are receiving the equivalent of about 14 P shots per 1.5 seconds.
Sheesh.
Yeah, our goal is to get just glooms up.
You
and
may say it's overkill, but we're speedrunners.
Yeah, so to get a good time in this level is all dependent on the first and second flag, pretty much. If you can get past there, you just deal enough damage that whatever could spawn is not variable enough to really change the time. Just because of how much damage you're doing. Calvin waited there to plant that because the health gets refreshed when you plant the gloom. So that was in order to save a replant. And also to not have the gloom die, because that would be devastating since the pumpkin was not off cooldown.
It's so beautiful to see this many Starfruit.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
The good thing about levels in Plants vs. Zombies, as you'll see, is just because you have a slow beginning doesn't mean that the rest of the level is going to be slow. In fact, sometimes if you have too fast of a beginning, the rest of the level will be slow. It's all about sun pacing, which we've been getting some pretty decent sun pacing.
All right.
Welcome to the Phantom Menace.
All right, so the Zombotny sandwich is over. I'm back. I'm able to. Easy mode.
You called?
This level is the tuned down version of what we already seen. There's only pea shooter zombies and walnuts, so it's a lot easier to deal with. We're going to plant column 9 glooms, and we're going to just easy, way easier, way simpler. This is probably the easiest level to speedrun for all the mini games.
Calvin,
in terms of like
why do you keep saying my
skill
name?
levels. Oh right, haha.
You're really confusing me here, man.
Haha, you're hilarious.
Thanks. That means a lot coming from you, man.
Yeah. Anyway, so again, we're gonna just let these guys walk the mower very slowly to set up our sun production.
Yeah, this game gets very intense for
This game
strategy.
I see Twitch chat is saying that this game is effectively an RTS, which I actually agree with. It's a lot of just decision making, and there's not
I
very
can see that.
there's not very many execution heavy sections, and unless you're playing Whack-A-Zombie, which I will be flexing on. But it's really not that intensive. You just like any percent is this speed the entire run.
Yeah, it's your decision making that changes the pace of the level. And
It was
how
honestly
fast
it was
can you
honestly
think?
really easy to de-rust because it's just brushing up your decision making
Yeah.
abilities for the game.
And the mechanical skill isn't absolutely required. It's more of like, if you have fast fingers, if you have fast hands, if you can move the mouse real fast, cool. But it's not always necessary. Sometimes what's the most necessary is like, should I use this squash on this zombie, or should I let the mower go now, or should I plant another sunflower? What should I do here? What should I do there? And these small choices all add up over the course of the run. Oh, diamond!
Double nut.
Interesting.
Yo, Calvin, now you have enough money. Since you dug up that marigold earlier, like a dum-dum.
Oh my goodness!
Talking about a grudge.
So glad that I asked you to do commentary.
I would never encourage bullying. That would be bad. So anyway. Calvin's getting not bad spawns here. So the sunflower there is like the same that we did in the pool for putting a pumpkin on the doom, but instead it's body blocking it with another plant. And the pea shooters will never get to the sunflower. They die pretty much instantly, so they're only going to be doing a couple peas worth of damage every now and then to your sunflower, which means that it's essentially as good as a walnut.
Yeah. And it has just been replaced with a pumpkin as well, so there's no way they're getting through that.
Yeah, and the pumpkin here is so that Calvin can forget to doom 19th wave, and then doom 20th.
It was fast enough anyway. It's okay.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Whenever I call Calvin out, it's not because I'm making fun of him, because I do the same thing every day of my life. It's more of just like, I do that too.
Hey guys, want to see a cool last stand strat? First things first, we're going to use that diamond to buy a rake.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, guys.
So typically this level, you start with a bunch of sun.
And then you pre-plant.
And then you pre-plant the defense. Calvin skips that part entirely. He just goes.
Yeah. So we just start planting stuff during the level because it's too slow to plant.
Go fast. It's actually faster to do this.
Yeah. And there's a slight variation for the 100% route where you just plant a repeater in the top row really quick before you start, which just lets you...
oh, that's bad.
Because you only have 9 slots and you don't have the squash. Oh, wait. Time to squash.
Surely.
It was too late. Oh, beautiful save.
Man, that was actually
Beautiful save.
really scary.
It's fine. Calculated.
I think that Torchwood has like 1 bite left.
But is it
Beautiful
alive?
football zombies. Beautiful football zombie. Oh my god. Calvin, this is great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Football zombies are the fastest to get because they're almost always most of the wave.
Yeah, and
Hey,
so...
Streamer,
Magnets can
your
just-
pool defense looks kind of lacking.
Well, those are actually some really
Yeah,
good
no way.
spawns. You could have almost just gotten away with not even really protecting it. Yeah, so we do utilize that time to plant the rest of whatever we don't have planted because the cooldowns are non-existent during that period.
Yeah. And
So
we
we
can't
have-
immediately start the next round. There was a brief moment where there's downtime that we can do that in.
We have 2 extra squashes, don't let me forget.
Okay.
2 extra squashes.
Yeah, so in this level, you also get sun at the end of every flag you complete, like you just saw. So we're gonna use that to fund our doom shrooms throughout the rest of this level, and we're gonna be using the squashes interspersed to speed up a wave or two whenever all of our magnets are overwhelmed, or whenever we have to doom a wave and one of the lanes might not get hit. Dang. Dude, bananas
It's
saying
because the
how
vultures
risky
are the
you
biggest threat.
Yeah.
The vultures are the biggest threat to your
Oh
magnet.
yeah, you would definitely putting it in C7 would be really bad if a Vulture got over because your torch would be gone immediately, which would cripple you very hard.
Yeah. C7 just means column 7. It's a bit of short term we use in the PvZ speedrunning community.
In chess,
And chess.
it's like just want to say
Did-
we're not.
Did that
not special
originally
for that
come from an analogy to chess?
one. Probably. I
I don't know. I wasn't around for the beginning of the
me
speedrun.
either. I am. In fact, I'm a younger runner than you.
True.
Yeah, Cyan, how does it feel to be the oldest runner in the room?
Oh, dude, I'm about to be 3 years
Like,
old.
I've been speedrunning this game for 4 years.
My
Man, it's
my third anniversary.
hard to
is coming
believe,
up in
honestly.
December. Yeah, nice dodge, Pole Vaulter.
It's not gonna matter.
Yeah, so in this level, the 9th wave rule doesn't apply. It's still just the 50% rule for the 9th wave. You'll see that a couple times. It'll be pretty obvious, like, when the text comes up really soon after you killed the last zombie,
Yeah,
like, see,
right there.
Like
there.
that.
Yeah, not all
Welcome
the zombies
to
have been
the-
dead
And
yet.
zombies was still on screen.
Welcome to the most important doom of the level.
Yep, right here. This is the make
Yeah.
or break. And
You don't have access to 8th column because dooms leave craters.
I doomed late there
Nice.
because I didn't want to use a squash for somewhere. So now we have 2 squashes for 2 waves.
clicking intensifies.
Oh, you can hear
Yeah.
that. Oh.
Only that time. Only that time
I don't
did we hear it.
think OBS picks it up. But my CPS is really high, so
My-
you're gonna see that during Whack-A-Zombie.
Yeah, I only have high CPS.
I
if
of
put
course
my
don't
hand
know
on my
for
mouse
sure, but I
right
think
away.
Calvin might be the one PvZ speedrunner that has the highest CPS.
What a
Yeah,
climb.
it was 15 to 17 in its peak, which is kind of good.
Yeah, I don't mean to toot my own horn or anything, but
I mean-
I'm
I
really
mean-
good. So
Humble flex, humble brag, call it what you will.
humble, very humble. He says humbly.
Sometimes it's good okay
Nice.
to be humble.
Guys, just be humble. He said humbly.
I too, extraordinarily humble.
I true.
I true.
I true.
I true.
Zombies can spawn in the cratered water as part of the ambush spawns.
Also-
Goodbye.
Also, yeah.
All it does is affect where you can plant.
I know that Conehead probably was causing a couple of Ewings some anxiety there, but the Doomstream radius is kind of radius weird. It's a weird range. It's a weird diamond shape.
It's got a
It's-
ridiculous
It
range.
has such a big range.
It's also circular,
yeah, it's kind of
which is kind of weird in a game like this
Yeah.
where there's square
doesn't
tiles.
extend further down and back than it does up and right. Just like one tile.
That part I don't know.
I think it's either down or back.
The fact that I could believe you shows a lot about how janky this game can be sometimes.
Nothing will beat the magnet information we learned when we got access to the code.
Yeah, so the magnets
That
have
was weird.
such a huge range backwards. Like, what, 5 or 6 tiles backwards? And
Yeah,
the same
that's
width in front of them. So they
One of these magnets is
yeah,
dying.
so the magnets have a range of 2 in front of it.
Using a squash to help deal with that congestion in the
And
bottom
then
row.
2 to the top and bottom of it. So 5 up and down and 2 in front. and then like 5 or 6.
Yeah, losing that magnet isn't the worst because we're already done with the level.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, by the way, I don't mean to interrupt, but just for chat out there, don't worry, we got a Express Lane coming up after this run. We got like Splatoon coming up on there. We got SpongeBob SquarePants. It's going to be a fantastic show. Just stay tuned because that's coming up after this run.
That does sound like a fantastic show.
Yeah.
It is, yes.
I love
By
speedrunning so
SpongeBob, do you
much.
mean Battle for Bikini Bottom?
This is another conveyor belt level. This is Big Trouble Little Zombie. We got Little Zombie.
Yeah, look how small they
They're
are.
very, very tiny
So
guys.
puny and
In
insignificant.
fact, so tiny that the only firepower we get on this level is pea shooters, and it's completely fine.
or just cherry bombs. That's
or
also
just
fun.
or optimally just cherry bombs.
So
Cash strats.
zombies will spawn every like 7.5 seconds, but the minimum of 6 seconds for each wave still applies, so you can trigger 50% rules to speed the level up by a little.
Yeah, it's
And
very
then
minuscule.
it adds up over 30 waves.
It's a minuscule time save, like it seems, but every little time save counts in this run.
We're supposed
Additionally,
to get lily pads this level.
Hey, look, a
Cool.
lily pad. So by the way, this is a pool level, guys. So we do get lily pad.
Guess that was nice.
The other thing is the 9th wave rule still does apply, so we do need to save 2 cherry bombs to the 9th wave of each flag. Which can be sometimes difficult because it's chance-based.
Yeah, but there's only 4 items in the pool, and this level seems to be decently generous on average. It's not usually that bad, even with 3 flags. In the base game, this is only 2 flags, and getting under 3 minutes feels pretty nice. But it's basically all just how many cherry bombs did you get in the level.
Yeah. And as usual, footballs are the highest HP source, so they're going to be the prioritization when it comes to killing zombies.
Yeah, it's very easy to look at a wave, see a football, and go, "Yep, I'll cherry bomb that side."
Yeah, it is guaranteed 50% will in most cases. Calvin is choosing not to cherry here because that 19th wave is coming up.
Is it this one or next one?
I think it's this one. The next one would have spawned already.
Oh, right, yeah.
We didn't
Did I
have double
mess you up
cherry
there,
anyway.
Calvin?
We didn't have a double cherry anyway, so
No
we were
time
waiting
lost.
anyway. Yeah.
So
Opium.
they can't actually eat the cherry bomb. Has basically infinite health before it explodes.
The only scenarios where a cherry bomb will not go off is if you somehow manage to place it just moments before a bungee zombie grabs it. Then it will take the cherry bomb, because it will take a doom right before it's about to go off as well. And the other scenario is if a jack-in-the-box blows it up before you place it and before it explodes. Right? Those are it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can get like taken and destroyed, but not eaten.
Yeah, because even if you put it down and it gets run over by a zomboni in the next, before it explodes, it'll actually speed up the animation for it to make it happen immediately instead of on that small delay. Same goes with jalapeno, doom shrooms at night, ice shrooms at night, etc.
And we have 2 cherry bombs, so we can instantly deal with this huge wave.
Yeah, the only thing will
This
be
final
the
wave, I
pool
mean.
spawns, which might be a little weird, but he's got 2
Yeah.
in each row, so it's fine. Oh,
Where are you here?
Cherry
Oh,
bomb,
my
cherry bomb.
goodness.
Oh,
We're just gonna carpet bomb the level.
yeah,
and hope
game
it
said
works
here's all the
out.
cherry
Not-
bombs.
I can't believe that Conehead was that slow.
If instant gets smashed by a Garg, it does the same thing as if it were smashed by a Zomboni, or
Yeah, it will just explode immediately.
which is actually
We're no
beneficial.
longer playing Plants vs. Zombies, we're playing Bejeweled.
Yeah, it's retextured Bejeweled.
Yeah, sorry if you guys wanted to see some Plants vs. Zombies content. We're playing Bejeweled.
Yeah, we just we faked you out. This was actually the plan the whole time. So welcome to the Bejeweled speedrun, guys. This is all quests actually.
Not all quests. I didn't practice enough for that.
Have you run all quests as well, Calvin?
No.
No, okay. Sion and I have.
I'm the one that has done that, yeah.
I've actually considered speedrunning that to get better at this level.
I like it.
Yeah.
The RNG levels at the beginning are pretty short to reset. So.
I don't like the RNG. I like the run.
Yeah, the runs. I just like Bejeweled. It's a good game.
Good game, yeah. So yeah, to beat this level, you need to get 75 matches.
And
you can also reroll, which is a nice feature.
I do like the take on the Plants vs Zombies. How you can upgrade the plants that you're matching. That's a little bit fun.
Yeah, we don't need to because the plants already deal with the zombies anyway, and we frankly don't care about them. Same as like Slot Machine. We don't need to kill zombies to beat the level.
Yeah, in fact, ideally we're done before this huge wave spawns. With the right amount of cascades and easy matches.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm struggling to find the matches, but it's fine.
Yeah, this is like one of those levels where like, hey, if you're a pretty good PvZ speedrunner, this level will mess you up.
Yeah. Hi, welcome to a different game entirely. Get ready to play.
So, did you like Begooled? We have a worse version.
Begooled Twist.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. So
you thought it was over.
Objectively worse, not just subjectively worse, because there are just fewer possible matches on screen because of the 2x2 nature of the matching system rather than the like 3-in-1 thing.
Also, the matches are a lot less intuitive to see. You're going to be looking for L shapes here. But a specific kind of L shape and not other L shapes, and it's just really confusing.
Typically, the curse goes that one of the Begoolds is bad and one of them is good.
Yeah,
so
I think
hopefully
Calvin.
that's true.
I think Calvin has elected to do the strategy of mainly spam clicking, which is also completely viable and probably works more times than just actually looking does.
I only spam click when I'm like truly lost and don't have a match, which is a lot. So I can see how you make that mistake. It's just, the whole level, because this level is...
How dare you assume that about me? It might be what I'm doing exactly right now, but I would never
I feel very called out.
Yeah, that sort of formation where it looks like there would be a match, but there just isn't, so you're just trying in vain.
All right, let's see Begooled Twist done faster than Begooled. You're pretty much on the same pace.
Nice,
no possible moves. Yeah, so when there's no possible moves, the game like tells you and then makes you wait forever and then refreshes it. So if you have the sun, you can just do it yourself.
Fun fact, that was 10 seconds faster than Begooled.
Nice.
Other fun fact, it's fully possible to just start the level with only one match, which means that you can't re-roll because you don't have enough sun after that match.
This is an intentional plant selection, I swear.
There's a couple intentional plants.
There's 4 intentional plants.
True. So Starfruit is mandated by the level because the goal is to make the star shape. Do a little art project. And then Sunflower is, because Starfruits cost sun.
What?
So we have both of the sunflowers, the sunflower and the imitator sunflower, and Hot Shroom to help stall zombies so they don't eat our Starfruit before they're ready.
Hold on, Simon. Are you telling me...
That's all we need to beat the level.
Are you telling me that things cost sun in this game?
Slander.
In this economy?
Impossible.
In this sun economy? There is a specific amount of sunflowers that we are looking for here. It's 12 or 13. I think 13 is more consistent sometimes, but 12 is faster sometimes.
I didn't
it's all
talk
marginal.
to Shiny, so
I don't know.
It's all very marginal. But once we hit that amount, we're just going to be planting starfruit off cooldown.
I believe 13 sunflowers is a fairly recent addition, I believe. So that's why we're not as used to it.
That was JJ and our console.
Yeah, ideally
resident
you'd never
console
have
runner.
cooldown for the starfruit, but
Why am I blanking on resident console runner?
Shiny?
Yeah, shiny.
shiny.
Resident.
I mentioned him once.
Yeah.
Resident console runner shiny.
The individual level strat for this level is actually to have 6 seed slots so you can pick the seeds faster.
Yep.
That's why we pick junk. We bring potato mine because if you double click by clicking left and right on the seed selection, when you pick imitator sunflower, you pick up the potato mine. I use that tech on Zambotni too as well. Whoa, don't waste sun.
25.
In this economy?
25 sun. 25 sun for a sun shroom, dearie. Could you spare? Bad. Calvin's bad. He misclicked. Wow, look at this exhilarating gameplay of planting starfruit in pre-designated spots.
Welcome to the last 3 levels of the run, actually. This is the most consistent portion of the run, so of course it's going to be a little...
Yeah, these are all pretty much auto-scrollers.
At this point, you know if you PB'd or not, so it's kind of a victory lap.
Yeah, which is nice, because, it's a little de-stress. Unless, of course, you manage to mess it up, then I guess beat yourself up. I don't know. Please don't do that.
I would never condone bullying.
Please don't.
Please don't beat yourself
Hey guys,
up over
you can
that.
tap on the glass in this level.
Like, I know that I might.
Yeah, welcome
don't do
to
it to
Insane
yourself.
Aquarium. We're buying some fish and we're going to feed them.
Sometimes.
I don't know, weird looking fish.
Yeah. Weird fish.
Yeah, we do tactically starve them to save sun.
Yeah, they're what's their timer? It's like 19 seconds, something like that.
That sounds right, but I can't confirm.
Yeah, I think it's after 19 seconds have passed, they die. If you haven't fed them.
Yeah, we don't want them to die because that costs us sun and not for any sentimental reason.
Yeah, but we also don't want to feed them too often because that costs us sun, and we need sun to buy the trophy at the end of the level.
Yeah, 1,000 sun for that trophy. Snorkels 100 sun.
Someone YMB did the math. I think it was. No, for this level. And 9 snorkels is the optimal amount to buy. So basically,
The test does not pay itself off before the end of the level.
Basically, it's like just buy up to 9 as fast as possible, and then try and starve them as long as possible. That's pretty much it. And we're here. By the way, if you didn't notice. If you can't count, there are 9 snorkel zombies on the screen.
All you need to know before you become a PvZ speedrunner is how to count.
Honestly.
It is the hardest part of the run. We promise.
And I consistently don't do it is the thing. Like, I do all these other strategies.
This is why they teach counting in kindergarten to prepare us for Plants vs. Zombie speedrunning.
Nothing else. Nothing else at all would ever require counting. Never.
So we're almost done. So we're gonna stop feeding them. I hope none die.
I hope. That one might die. No.
Avert your eyes.
You know, like an
that was a gold, by the way.
All right.
So
last level.
This level has a set time, except for the final wave, which for Calvin is going to be basically as instant as possible because of his insane CPS.
And he's clicking the hammer to the beat of the music, by the way.
Just because he can. Killing these zombies doesn't make it the waves progress any faster.
This is truly...
You can't make the waves progress any slower
truly
either.
An auto-scroller of a level except for the final wave. So, I guess, chat, what do you want to know about PvZ while we're here? If anyone has any questions. Because this is just...
well, I have a question.
Oh, you have a couple?
I would, yeah. So if someone
go
was,
ahead.
I was say if someone was like watching, it's like, ooh, this looks like a really fun speedrun for me to learn, or what? Maybe I want to expand my repertoire of Plants vs Zombies speedrunning. Where would they go to learn more information about that?
We have a very helpful Discord server and
Very active.
very welcoming to newcomers.
And you can find the Discord server on the speedrun.com page. It's linked there. And I'm sure if you're watching GDQ, you know how to get to speedrun.com. So I don't think I have to detail that one for you. Also it's literally called speedrun.com, so I'm sure we all know how to use Google here.
There are also a bunch of guides created by the community. So you're not just going to be starting off with no guidance at all, except the questions you ask for Discord.
Yeah, and I'd say
There are tools to help
I'd say
you.
a great way to learn and this goes for basically any speedrun, is just do runs. Like, it's not about getting the best time all the time. It's not about always doing the best, getting the best RNG. Sometimes you just need to experience levels and experience scenarios. I'd say one of the hardest things in this level is being able to react to things as they come up. And so seeing more scenarios will give you more of a library to pull from. You're like, oh, well, I remember this one time I had this scenario, so I can apply that here. And then so you can essentially start developing all of your decision making during the run. And Calvin is flexing on all of us here with his CPS in the background. But yeah, just do runs. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Watch better runners do runs. It really helps to watch people who know what they're doing. God, Calvin. It really helps to watch people who know what they're doing, because a lot of the time they also like to detail what they're doing as they're doing it. I know Warmek is a great one to watch. He doesn't stream all the time, but when he does, his commentary is very informative. And he's a great watch if you want to learn. We're coming up on that. This is the last flag, ish. I don't know what to call them. Last spawning round.
There's not really terminology for this because of how unimportant it is. Seems like Calvin's gonna.
Mike, it's a flex.
Oh, cool.
So you could let them go to the mower here.
Time is coming up soon.
Nice.
And that's all 20 minigames.
GG.
And ironically, my
That's all of
fastest
them.
time since starting my D-Rest. So I'd
Hey,
say that
nice.
went very well.
What was the time?
1:37:30.
That's great, actually.
Yeah,
That's a great time.
I gave a 140 estimate because of how much Slot Machine could have trolled.
Yeah.
But that's a very,
My
very
best
nice
time for this category is a 1:44, and that is only because of the RNG 7.
And then, of course, I used to have world record with a 132. That's still kind of insane to fathom.
Where's the world record right now?
132.15.
Yeah, just below 132. And I think I had around 132.40 something.
Why
But yeah,
does this game have so many amazing soundtracks? I don't know Thundering Typhoon, but they're all pretty much bangers.
Lola Shihara, that's why.
True. Bless her soul.
Well, thank you all so much for showcasing that amazing speedrun. If anyone wanted to follow any one of y'all, where would they end up heading off to?
Calvin.
Our individual Twitch channels.
Yeah, and what are those? What are the names of those, Calvin?
Well, I know mine, Calvin X2. Pig.
I'm Easy Pig. Same here, same as spelled on the screen. I stream on Tuesdays usually.
Zion.
Yep, and for me, TZ_Zion. I haven't streamed in a while just because my life's been fairly busy, but
College. Made sure to schedule out a block just for this.
yeah.
I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate all of y'all coming out. And that's going to do it here for the Bargain Bin. But don't worry, we have our next show coming up here. It's going to be fantastic. We got Express Lane coming up here. This is the great time to get up, stretch while we get things set up for Express Lane. So yeah, get up, get some water, and we'll see you next time here on the Bargain Bin. Peace.